Hi, if you want to watch exclusive content with hot girls that you won't watch on YouTube, namely where Naruto roasts Kushina and Mikoto and many other hot girls without restrictions, then visit my Boosty channel at the link in the description.
October 10th. Today, the fourth Hokage and the Bloody Habanera will have 2 children, but since the child's mother is a Jinchuriki, the birth will take place in a cave outside the village under the protection of about 20 ANBU and 3 Sanins, Orc remained in the village. It would seem that nothing foreshadows trouble, or does it? Kushina, hold on, Minato said, looking at how much pain his wife was in. Fuck yours, hold on, the Bloody Habanera answered angrily. Kushina, a little more, said Vaivaka. After 5 minutes, everyone heard a child crying, and after 10 minutes, another one. Vaivaka gave the children to the mother so that she could look at her child. The eldest son was calm. He did not cry, but seemed to be studying everything around him. He had red hair, the shape of his mother's face, his father's eyes, and 3 stripes on his cheeks. The second was a copy of his father, but unlike his brother, he cried like all children. They decided to name the first Naruto, and the second Menma. But the happiness did not last long. Minato's POV. I had almost closed the seal when suddenly Vaivak's corpse falls from behind, and my children are being held by a man in a mask. Get away from the Jinchuriki or they will die, he said. Wait. Calm down, let the children go, I said. As you say, said the unknown. Further, according to the canon, only in addition to the 3 Hokage, the fox was held back by 3 Sannin. And Minato's POV. Kushina, I will seal the 9 tails into Naruto. He has more Uzumaki genes than Menma, and you will die after the resealing. Kushina wanted to object, but then she realized that this was the only way out and agreed with tears in her eyes. And now the altar is ready, the fox is held back by the battered Sannin and Kushina. Minato is ready to call the god of death, but Hiruzen stops him. Minato, let me. I've lived my life, and Vaivaka is dead, and my son has grown up. There's nothing holding me back, said the third. Okay, Minato said with tears in his eyes. Hiruzen sealed the full 9 tails into Naruto. After that, the third died. Minato looked at his son and immediately noticed the changes in his son. 1. Hair became darker. 2. The eyes acquired a purple color with a pattern like ripples on water. Minato hated his son, but did not kick him out of the family, as he was worried about Kushina. 5 years have passed since the Kyuubi attack. The council decided that the Jinchuriki would remain in the family and everyone except the elders were for it. Danzo is kind here. As for Naruto, the whole village hated him. You ask why? It's simple. 1. Kyuubi. 2. Eyes. 3. He was considered an outcast, because he was nothing like Menma, who awakened the chakra center and can walk on flat surfaces and learn to walk on water. By the way, both boys walked at 1 year old. At 1.5 they spoke, and at 2 they wrote and read. Naruto's relationship with his family is no better. Menma often beats him and makes fun of him, and blames his brother for everything. His relationship with his father is neutral, but Minato is always cold with him. Kushina loves them equally, because she is the only one Naruto loves and with whom he is not cold. It's October 10th, a holiday for everyone, but not for Naruto. He doesn't like this day because he can get beaten up by drunk Chunin. Naruto's POV. I was walking home and accidentally bumped into a Chunin. They dragged me into an alley, talked about how they would take revenge, how they would be recognized as heroes, etc. I didn't give a damn, but still, it hurt. Suddenly I found myself in a dark sewer. I walked toward the light and saw a cage. End POV Naruto. And here is my jailer, said the fox who approached the cage. So I'm the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi, I see, said Naruto. The fox was taken aback, but didn't show it. That's right. What do you want? Do you want strength? Asked the fox. No, I was beaten and ended up here. By the way, where are we? Said the scarlet-haired man. In your subconscious. Aren't you afraid of me? Asked the Kyuubi. No. For now, you can't do anything to me, and besides, I want to be friends with you, answered Namikaze. Why should I be friends with you? Asked the tailed one. You and I are in the same body until my death, and besides, I don't have any friends, Naruto answered. Okay, I agree, said the fox. Excellent. What is your name? Asked the Jinchuriki. Kurama. What about Kurama? I would like to become your student. I don't mind. We start training tomorrow. Bye, said Naruto and disappeared. And this kid is smart for his age, and he has his father's eyes. I think he's the one. Good luck, kid, said Kurama. Naruto woke up in the same alley. The Chunins had already left, and his wounds had almost healed. He was a full nine-tailed. He stood up and continued his way home. Along the way, the residents looked at him with disdain, but he didn't give a FCK. When he entered the house, he immediately went to the kitchen, from where the smell of his mother's cooking was coming. When he entered, he saw how all the family members were having dinner and talking, but they didn't pay attention to him. Only his mother put dinner on, so he ate quietly and went to bed. The next morning. Naruto's POV. Hey, wake up, it's 6 o'clock already. The fox shouted in my subconscious. Thank you, Kurama, I replied. Now we're to a free training ground and let's start, said the fox. I answered. End POV Naruto. At the training ground 7 o'clock. Kurama's POV. So now 50 push-ups, 50 squats, 50 abs and 10 circles, I said. He answered. And my Jinchuriki is not a talkative one, he got down to business right away. And when I woke him up, he simply said, thank you, he's not that much like Uzumaki. I'm done, Naruto said in the same icy voice. Okay, I said. But it's only been 40 minutes. Now awaken the chakra center. I hope you know what it is? He nodded, apparently well read. Before you start, I'll ask you, do you know the theory well? Yes, I know the history of the shinobi world, everything about chakra and weapons, Naruto reported. Okay, then you can start. In 30 minutes. I woke up, Naruto said. Naruto, you are a genius, not many can awaken the hearth within even a month. Thank you. Now, with the help of chakra, learn to walk on wood and on water without hands. End POV Kurama. After 1 hour Naruto was already at the top of the tree, and after 3 hours he was already calmly walking on water. Excellent, the whole next month you will train physically, Bukujutsu and together with me disperse your and my chakra throughout the body, and now you can buy chakra conducting paper, shurikens, and kunai. We will learn your element and train Bukujutsu. Naruto went to the store where he bought 5 sheets, shurikens, 10x, and kunai, 10x. After that he returned to the training ground. Take the leaves between your fingers and run chakra through them, said Kurama. Okay, said Naruto and conducted chakra. The first sheet of paper got crumpled. The second leaflet was cut. The third leaflet burned. The fourth one got wet. The fifth one has rotted. Well, I'm not surprised, because you have Rinnegan, said the fox. I agree, I read about this jujutsu and that the sage of the 6 paths had it too. Kurama, is there anything you want to tell me? Naruto asked. I don't know for sure, but you seem to be the reincarnation of the sage of the 6 paths. I see, and when are we going to train our eyes? Asked the scarlet-haired man. You have a weak body, that's why you're only 13 years old, Kurama answered. Okay, said the guy. Now you practice throwing iron, and I'm going to sleep. 5 hours later. Naruto had already hit 8 out of 10, shuriken, 7 out of 10, kunai. It was 8 p.m. so he went home. Surprisingly, nothing more expensive happened, and when he entered the house, he went to the kitchen, ate, and went to bed. Time skipped 3 years. During these 3 years, a girl was born in the Namikaze family. She was named Ami. She is currently 2 years old. Menma became even more arrogant than before, because his father taught him Rasengan and Shadow Clones, and now he is teaching Hirashina. Kushina began to teach Naruto and Menma Fuina. Naruto trained every day until exhaustion. Let's start with Naruto's characteristics. Chakra control weak Jounin. Bukujutsu almost like Itachi. Taijutsu strong Chunin. Kenjutsu strong Chunin. Techniques: hinge, clones, replacement, lightning, predisposition, clone of lightning, Raikiri, dog of lightning, armor, and conduct lightning chakra through weapons. Wind, gust, vacuum bullets, conducts wind chakra through weapons, wind flow. Fire, fireball, phoenix flowers, fire dragon. Water, water prison, water clone, water gun. Earth, mud wall, earth beheading, earth dome. Fuinjutsu middle chinen, Yuzushio. Danzo helped him with his training. Flashback. A boy of about 6 years old was walking down the street. He had dark red hair like a hedgehog, a dark green t-shirt and gray shorts. Now he was walking home from training, but on the way he crashed into a rebent man with a scar on his chin. "Sorry, I didn't mean to," Naruto said. "It's okay, I'm Danzo Shimura, and you must be the eldest son of the Hokage?" In Naruto's mind, Naruto is the head of the Root ANBU. "He was a friend of the third and can probably teach you," said the fox. Naruto has already given a piece of the seal, but he hasn't used the power yet. "Thank you," Naruto replied. "Yes, I'm Naruto Namikaze and I've heard about you. You're the head of ANBU, right?" "It's true, why?" "I would like to enter the root, but I need a teacher for elemental techniques." "Isn't it too early for you to get to the root?" "No, I need to gain experience in order to protect my loved ones." "Okay, tomorrow at 9 at the 14th training ground." "Hi," Naruto said and then went home. And why do they hate him? In my opinion, he's an ordinary child and very smart. 9 o'clock 14th polygon. "So Naruto, what are your elements?" asked Danzo. "That's it," Naruto answered. "What? GH. Okay, then I'll help you with wind, Kakashi with lightning and earth, Shursui with fire, Itachi with Kenjutsu and Bukajutsu, Dai with Taijutsu and physical training, and you'll learn water from the scrolls." Danzo explained the plan. "Hi," Naruto shouted. End flashback. 6 a.m. Today Naruto was called to the Root headquarters for another mission at 7:30 a.m. He has 25 missions under his belt, C rank, 30B, 40A, 50S rank. His parents don't know that he is a Root because he leaves a clone with Kurama's chakra and his own in the village so that no one notices the loss. "Danzo-sama," said the ANBU in the fox mask. "Fox, take off your mask," said Danzo. ANBU took off his mask and showed his face, which had 6 whiskers, and a scar on his left eye. "Naruto, today you are leaving the ranks of the ANBU Root and going to the academy." "But why?" Naruto asked. "You need communication with your peers." "Okay, Danzo-sama," the scarlet-haired man replied. "You can go and good luck to you," Naruto said, the head of Root. "And to you, Grandfather Danzo," answered the 4th son. "Kurama has been helping him with the theory all this time and conducting his chakra through his chakra channels. Also, Naruto hasn't used Kurama's power because he's not ready yet." Naruto got up at 6 o'clock. There were still 2.5 hours to the academy. Naruto got up, did water procedures and went to training. An hour later he returned home. The clock showed 7:30. When Naruto entered the house, the whole family was already having breakfast. Minato was reading the newspaper as usual, Kushina was cooking, and Menma was sitting with Ami. "Hello, loser. Have you come back from your useless training?" Menma asked, for which he received a slap on the back of the head from Kushina. "Menma, don't talk to your brother like that." "Naruto, sit down and eat," Kushina said. "Okay," Naruto said. Afterwards, he sat down at the table and everyone started eating. After the academy, straight home. "We'll celebrate admission," said Kushina. "Yes, there will also be children of the clan heads there," said Minato. "Great," Menma said. Naruto remained silent. He was used to being ignored at the table, but not today. "Naruto, I hope you're ready?" Minato asked. "Yes," Naruto answered briefly. "Don't embarrass me," Minato said. Aha, the eldest son nodded. After dinner, everyone went to the academy. Naruto walked behind his family, because he didn't want to disturb them. He knew that in every company there is a role. For example, he had the role of an outcast and a common enemy. As the Hokage, his wife and son passed by, Naruto was met with disdainful glances. When they arrived, they saw a crowd of children and their parents. The entire family except Naruto began to look at everyone. Naruto sat under a tree and thought about what he lived for. Before, he wanted to protect his family, but now, that was gone. He was no longer a small child and understood that they were not going to help him just like that. A person is loved, except in dreams. To learn all the techniques, let's say, but what next? Listen kid, you're still young. I'm sure you'll find your meaning in life, said the fox, and now go to class. Your name is being called, continued Kurama. Thank you, Ku, Namikaze replied, smiling at the corners of his lips. Namikaze, Menma and Naruto, said the Chunin. Menma walked with a pompous gait as if to say, I'm the boss here, and Naruto walked thoughtfully. He was thinking about what would happen next. While he was lost in such thoughts, he didn't even notice how he ended up in the classroom. So kids, I'm your teacher for the next 4 years. My name is Yumino Iruka. I love ramen and friends. I don't like arrogant people and traitors. My goal is to become the director of the academy. Now you, said Iruka. Naruto didn't listen any further, he just decided to talk to Kurama. I am Sasuke Uchiha. I like tomatoes and training with my older brother. I don't like traitors and arrogance. The goal is to surpass my older brother, said a girl with long, loose, black hair, black eyes like a raven's wing, dressed in a black t-shirt and gray shorts. All the boys looked at her with loving glances, and the girls with envy. Okay, next, Menma Namikaze, said Iruka. I Menma love mom and dad, I don't love my brother. The goal is to surpass my father, he said, looking at his brother who didn't pay attention to him. This infuriated Menma, but he decided to remain silent for now. Okay, sit down, Iruka said. When Menma walked, they threw loving glances at him, and the boys were jealous. Naruto Namikaze, said the teacher through clenched teeth. After these words, a boy with dark scarlet hair, loose in different directions, like Kaneki, dark purple eyes, a vertical scar on his left eye, 3 stripes on his cheeks, a face shaped like Kushina's and a slender, moderately pumped up body walked towards the teacher. Dressed in a dark red jacket with black inserts, like Boruto, under the jacket a gray mesh t-shirt, black pants with red inserts, also like Boruto's, and black shinobi sandals. I am Namikaze Naruto, I love mom and training, I don't like many things. The goal is none, but the dream is to find my goal, Naruto introduced himself. Okay, sit down, Iruka said. Naruto walked to his seat. On the way everyone looked at him with hatred, everyone except Shikamaru Nara, Akimichi Choji, and Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto sat at the last desk near the window. Sasuke sat next to him. So, today we are just getting to know each other, and therefore you can go free, said Iruka. Naruto left the academy and wanted to go to training, but he was called out. Sasuke's POV. Today is the first day at the academy. I don't think they'll teach me anything there. Damn. I really don't want to go there, but I won't become a shinobi any other way. And here we are at the academy, the first impression is kindergarten. There are the Nara sleeping, the Yamanaka standing, the Akimichi sitting and eating, and here is the Hokage family. Menma is talking to the 4th Hokage, Kushina-san is walking towards us, probably going to talk to her mother. Hello, Mikoto, she said. Hello, Kushina, said mom. Hello, Sasuke, Fugaku-san, Kushina-san greeted us. Hello, we said in unison. Where is Naruto? I haven't seen him for a long time, asked Oka-san. Mom, who is Naruto? I asked. This is Menma's older brother. The last time we saw him was when you were 2 years old, Mom answered. Ah, Naruto, he's sleeping under that tree, said Kushina. I looked at the scarlet-haired guy with the mustache and cheeks, and he's cute. Stop. What am I thinking? Okay, the Hokage is already on stage. And here I am in the class. Nothing interesting. Oh, it's that guy. I need to meet him. I was about to go up to him when the teacher came in. The introduction that I missed began. Naruto Namikaze, said the teacher, and I immediately noticed the scarlet-haired guy. I don't know why, but he interested me. My name is Namikaze Naruto, I love mom and training, I don't like a lot of things, my goal is none, my dream is to find a goal for myself, he introduced himself. And he's handsome, and he's sitting next to me, damn, what's wrong with me? I need to meet him. And Sasuke's POV. Hello, you are Naruto, aren't you? Sasuke asked. Yes, and you are Sasuke Uchiha, Itachi's sister, Naruto confirmed. Do you know Itachi? Sasuke asked. Yes, Namikaze answered. But from where? He trained me a little, Naruto said. Don't you want to train together? Said Sasuke, red as a tomato. Okay, said Naruto, and they went to the training ground. On the way, Naruto thought that he finally had a human friend, and Sasuke thought why she was embarrassed by him and decided to ask her mother when she came home. During training, Naruto decided to practice katan after warming up and released a fireball of 8 by 8 meters. Sasuke asked him to teach her, because she can only do 3 by 3 meters. Naruto agreed, and by the end of training she managed to make a ball of 6 by 6 meters. After that they said goodbye and went home because they were late for a meeting. House of the Uchiha clan head. When Sasuke entered the house, she immediately saw all the family members who were already getting ready to go. Sasuke, where have you been? Fugaku asked. Yes, we are going to visit Kushina and Minato, said Mikoto. Sorry, I was training with Naruto, said Sasuke. Mikoto smiled warmly at these words. Itachi was happy for Naruto because he knew that he had no friends, and Fugaku just nodded and they went to the Hokage's house. At this time, the Hokage's house. Naruto entered the house and saw Kushina cooking, Minato and Menma setting the table, and Ami trying to find something to do. So where have you been? Asked Kushina with 9 strands of hair rising up. I trained with Sasuke. She asked me to, Naruto answered. Kushina smiled after these words, and Menma looked at his brother with envy, because he likes Sasuke. She would never want to train with you, said Menma. Naruto ignored his words and went to Ami so that she wouldn't get bored and wouldn't interfere with the preparations for the holiday. 10 minutes have passed. Everything was ready in the house. The guests slowly started to arrive. The first to arrive were Yamanaka, Nara, and Akimichi. Then Inuzuka, Hyuga, and finally the Uchihas. When everyone had gathered, the children were sent to another room, and the parents remained in the living room. Menma, where is Naruto? He should be here too, right? Sasuke asked. This loser went back to training believing that he would become a strong shinobi, Menma replied. He probably doesn't know more than one technique, said Kiba. Yeah, I remember how we beat him up earlier, Menma said. Yeah, he couldn't even say a word then, said Hinata. She's the arrogant one here. How could you beat up your own brother? Sasuke said, and after these words she left the room. Sasuke, where are you going? Asked Mikoto. Train, Uchiha said in a cold voice and left the house. What's wrong with her? Asked Kushina. I don't know, Mikoto answered, and Itachi and Fugaku frowned. In 15 minutes at the 14th training ground. Sasuke came to the training ground and saw Naruto create lightning in his hand, Chidori, and a second later pierce the mannequin through and through. Sasuke? What are you doing here? Naruto asked. I came to train and find you, Uchiha said, embarrassed. Naruto was surprised that someone remembered him. Oh okay, you can join, said an embarrassed Naruto. Ha 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 ha, it looks like my Jinchuriki fell in love with Uchiha. The fox laughed at his entire subconscious. That's not true, Naruto answered mentally, all red. Well, you should have seen your face, ha 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 ha, tomato, the fox continued to laugh. I still won't rush things, what if this is temporary love? Naruto said. Naruto, you're a genius, but in love you're as dumb as a butt, and besides, the Uchihas are monogamous, Kurama scolded his Jinchuriki. After these words, Naruto was surprised. So does that mean she loves me too? Naruto asked. It finally got through, said Kurama. Naruto was about to answer, but the fox threw him out of his subconscious. Hey, Naruto, is everything okay? Asked the Uchiha. Yeah, I was just thinking, Naruto said. Why don't you want to go to the party? Uchiha asked casually. I don't like that, Namikaze answered. Why? Asked Uchiha. I'll be superfluous there. When I tried to talk before, I got an indifferent look from my father, a contemptuous look from Menma and a sympathetic look from my mother. Yes, she tried to talk to them, but my father simply stopped responding to me, and Menma tries to control himself in front of his mother, but outside the house. When we were 5 years old, he and his company beat me so much that I woke up only an hour later, when all the wounds had almost healed, thanks to Kurama. The villagers are no better, Naruto told his story. I'm sorry, Sasuke said sympathetically. It's okay, I needed to get it off my chest. Do you want to train together? Naruto asked. Come on, Sasuke answered. So they trained for 1 hour. Naruto trained the lightning element, and Sasuke the fireball, and at the end Naruto and Sasuke had a sparring match in taijutsu where Naruto won. Then they decided to walk around Konoha. During the walk, because of the angry looks of passers-by at Naruto, Sasuke was very angry, and when they reached the Hokage mountain she asked, Naruto, why are they looking at you like that? I am the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails and the weapon of the village, the scarlet-haired man answered. Even if so, why? After all, they are turning the weapons against themselves, said Sasuke. If a person finds a punching bag that can't respond, then he will release his anger on it. This is the true essence of a person, Naruto shared his thoughts. But not all people are like that, Sasuke said. Yes, Mom, and you are an exception, said Namikaze, and Uchiha blushed. Okay, it's time for us to go home, Naruto said, and they went home. When they arrived, all the adult guests were tipsy, and the children were getting sleepy, so everyone was already getting ready to go home. Then Naruto went to Ami where she was already snoring. Our hero returned to the living room, saw Sasuke and the others off, and went to bed. Time skip 4 years. During this time, Naruto learned the following techniques. Lightning, ball lightning, storm of thunder, dragon, lightning discharge. Fire, fire destruction, liver of fire dragons. Wind, vacuum ball, vacuum sword. Water, water dragon. Earth, earth dragon, earth clone. Taijutsu intermediate jounin, during training he met Rock Lee. Fuin is a strong chunin. Kenjutsu is a weak jounin. By the way, Shursui started training him in Kenjutsu besides Itachi, and even gave him a tanto with a black blade and a red handle for his 9th birthday. Bukajutsu like Itachi's, and it remains so. Chakra control A and BU. I haven't used the Rinnegan or the Kyubi chakra yet. At the academy, he was the worst, but a diligent student. He always passed everything with a passing grade and listened to the teachers despite the fact that he knew all this. Menma and Sasuke, on the contrary, were the best students, so they are haunted by fanatics and fans, but there are children exceptions such as Nara, Akimichi, and Naruto. Relations with Sasuke have improved, now they walk and train together, and their feelings for each other have only increased. So children, today you have final exams. They consist of 3 stages. 1. Written. 2. Throwing iron. 3. Sparring. You have 45 minutes for stage 1, Irika said, handing out sheets of paper with assignments. When he reached Naruto, he said, I hope you're here, Naruto? Yes, they became friends during this time, since Naruto figured out the traitor Mizuki when he found out that he was deliberately lowering his grades. Of course, Naruto answered calmly. Let's start. Irika shouted. The creaking and clattering of pencils filled the classroom. Naruto turned the paper over after 15 minutes and saw 12 assignments. He put a dash on the first 5 and answered the last 7. When he answered the questions, he decided not to hand in the work right away, but to rest for the remaining 20 minutes. Time's up. Hand in your papers, said Irika. When everyone had handed in their work, he led them out to the academy's training ground and handed out kunai. Now the second stage will take place. First kunai, then shuriken, said Irika. I will only tell you the results. Akimichi Choji 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Shikamaru Nara July 8, 10. Sakura Haruno 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Ino Yamanaka 7 tenths 8 tenths. Hyuga Hinata 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Kiba Inazuka 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Shino Aburame 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Sasuke Uchiha 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Menma Namikaze 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, further clanless. Namikaze Naruto. The teacher shouted. On the way, Naruto was given looks of superiority and hatred, but he didn't care. He approached the mark, took 5 kunai in each hand, threw them up, jumped, caught, threw and hit the center of 8 targets and 2 near the center. Same with shurikens. Everyone except Sasuke was surprised, to put it mildly. Well done, said Irika. Then came the sparring. Shikamaru Nara / Akimichi Choji, Tai. Sakura Haruno / Ino Yamanaka, Tai. Hinata Hyuga / Shino Aburame, Hinata. Kiba Inazuka / Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke. Next up are the clanless ones. And the last fight. Naruto Namikaze / Menma Namikaze, said the teacher. Our heroes walked to the sounds of Winham Menmakuan or Menmakuan. Are you ready to lose, loser? Menma asked. Naruto remained silent. Oh you, said Menma and ran towards Naruto. The fight began in taijutsu where Naruto dominated, although he was giving in. Menma realized that he would not last long and threw kunai. Naruto realized what kind of kunai they were and used lightning armor. Menma created a Rasengan and tried to hit Naruto, but he dodged. Meanwhile, Naruto quietly created clones underground and they stood under each kunai. And then Menma teleported again when he heard earth decapitation and found himself buried headfirst in the ground. He tried to teleport, but saw how the clones cut off the seals from the kunai. What did you do to Menmakuan? How dare you? Naruto heard from the crowd of fangirls. Silence, the teacher shouted. The winner is Naruto Namikaze, the teacher said as he pulled Menma out of the hole. That's all for today, tomorrow at 10 o'clock for distribution, you're free, said Irika. Naruto walked towards the exit of the academy where he met Sasuke. Hello, Naruto, said Sasuke. Hi, maybe we should go for a walk, the scarlet-haired man answered and asked. Yes, let's go. Where are we going? Asked Uchiha. Let's go to the Hokage mountain, said Naruto. Okay. 30 minutes later they were already sitting on the head of the 4th Hokage and watching the sunset. Confess to her, said the fox in his subconscious. Yes, I think it's time, the blonde answered mentally. Sasuke, I love you, said Namikaze looking at the brunette who blushed from these words. Love you too, said Uchiha, redder than a tomato. After that, the guy kissed her. At first she was surprised, but after 3 seconds she responded. A minute later they had to break the kiss due to lack of air. It's already late, let's go home, Naruto said with a smile, which surprised Sasuke, because before that he had always been serious and thoughtful, but now he showed emotion. Yes, of course, said Sasuke, still surprised, and then smiled a warm smile, which made Naruto embarrassed. On the way they talked about anything. Here we are, said Sasuke. Yeah, okay, I'll go, said Naruto and kissed Sasuke. Bye, Sasuke said when they pulled away and went into the house, and Naruto went to his place. Naruto got up as usual at 6 a.m. and went to the bathroom. After 30 minutes of bathing, he went to eat. When he came to the kitchen, he saw his mother preparing food, and his father reading the newspaper as usual. Good morning, son, said Kushina. Good, said Naruto. Naruto, can I ask you something? Minato asked. Ask, Naruto answered. Who trained you? Asked the 4th Hokage. What do you mean? The younger Namikaze was perplexed. I was checking the graduation reports last night, earthen decapitation, clones and lightning armor. So who trained you? Minato answered and repeated the question. Kurama, what do you think I should tell you? The scarlet-haired man asked in his thoughts. Yes, I think we can. There's no point in putting it off until later anyway, the fox replied. Since I have 5 elements, I was trained by Grandpa Danzo, Kakashi-sensei, Itachi-san and Shisui-san, and at the same time I entered the route, said Naruto. After these words, the eyes of the 4th widened, and Kushina's jaw dropped. She put the food on the table and joined the conversation. Why didn't you say anything before? And how do you know Danzo? How were you at all if you only went home into training? My ANBU were watching you. Where did you get the 5 elements? Asked Kushina and Minato. I didn't say it because I didn't want my mother to worry about me and forbid me. I met Danzo 6 years ago when I was walking home and bumped into him, and I created a clone from my chakra and the Kyuubi's chakra that won't just dissipate, although it turned out to be very chakra consuming. I have 5 elements because of the Rinnegan, Naruto answered. After getting punched by his mother for putting himself in danger on missions, Minato thought about it all and decided to ask for forgiveness. "Forgive me, son, I put too much on Menma and forgot about you," Minato said, kneeling in front of his son. There is no hidden meaning here?" Naruto asked. "No, he speaks from the heart," said Kurama. "Thank you, that means he will teach me techniques too," answered Naruto. "Okay, I forgive you, but re-educate Menma, otherwise with I'm the son of the Hokage or my father taught me the Hiraishin and Rasengan or I'll tell my father everything, he won't last long on the battlefield," said Naruto. After these words, Minato beamed, and Kushina was glad that they finally got along. "Okay, I'll re-educate him, I promise," said Minato. "And I'll help," Kushina added. After 30 minutes Kushina finished the rest of the food and set the table, and after another 30 minutes Menma woke up. "Good morning," said Menma. "Good," everyone answered. After these words, everyone sat down to breakfast. "Naruto, do you want to learn Hiraishin?" Minato asked. "I don't mind, it's a useful technique for the lightning element," the eldest son replied. "Dad, why are you going to train him?" Menma asked with confusion. "Menma, I realized my mistakes and decided to make amends as soon as I can," Minato answered and continued, "and I advise you to do the same." Menma thought about his father's words and then remembered that fight where Naruto won without even trying, but he didn't apologize, but simply continued eating. Naruto is already sitting in the classroom and talking to Sasuke when the teacher comes in. "Silence. Today you begin your path as a shinobi, remember the will of fire," Iruka said his speech. Team 10, Eino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, Akimichi Choji. Sensei Asuma Sarutobi. Team 8, Hinata Hyuga, Shino Aburame, Kiba Inuzuka. Sensei Yuki Kurine. Further no-name teams. Team 7, Naruto Namikaze, Menma Namikaze, Sasuke Uchiha, and Haruno Sakura. Iruka didn't have time to finish speaking before the whole class heard. "Fight, yes, I'm with Menma-kun." Sakura squealed. "Can I continue?" Iruka asked. "AAA, yes, of course," said the embarrassed pink-haired girl. Sensei Hatake Kakashi and Itachi Uchiha, continued Iruka. After 30 minutes, only Team 7 remained in the office. Naruto got used to Sensei's antics and just talked to Sasuke, and Menma and Sakura were furious and angry at Sensei, so they made a trap like in the cannon and began to wait. Kakashi's POV. Okay, the Hokage's youngest son. Chakra control, strong genin. Taijutsu weak chunin. Bukujutsu, strong genin. Fuinjutsu, middle chunin. Ninjutsu weak jounin. Techniques, henge, clones, replacement, Hiraishin and Rasengan. Sasuke Uchiha. Chakra control, strong genin. Taijutsu weak chunin. Bukujutsu, average chunin. Ninjutsu, strong chunin. Techniques, henge, clones, replacement. Fireball, Fire Dragon, Naruto taught her in 4 years. Sakura Haruno is an ordinary genin, ballast, and Naruto Namikaze is our student. We already know everything about him, Itachi said. Well, we're lucky with our team, at least your sister and Naruto are in it, I answered. Yes, he has the lightning element as his main element, so he will need your help, said Itachi. Of course, he is my favorite student, I said. Afterwards we went to the academy. When I got there I opened the door and looked into the classroom, but I heard something flying at me. I can dodge, though, if they did it together and a brush fell on me. Ha ha ha, laughed Menma and Sakura. So Menma and Sakura are the culprits, and Naruto and Sasuke didn't even pay attention. They're not a good team, but we'll try, I thought. My first impression is, I don't like you, I said. Go up to the roof, Itachi said, and we disappeared into the Shunshin. And POV Kakashi. Sakura and Menma went up the stairs, and Naruto and Sasuke went up the wall. Hello Kakashi-sensei, Itachi-san, said Naruto. Yo. Hello, said the sensei. Hello Kakashi-san, Nii-san, said Sasuke. After that, they sat down and began to wait for the remaining members of the team. And then the door to the roof opened and Menma and Sakura came out. Well, let's begin, said Kakashi. How did you end up here? Asked Sakura. They walked along the walls, Naruto answered. Sit down, Itachi said, and our genin sat down. My name is Itachi Uchiha. I love my family and my girlfriend. She and Izumi have been dating for 3 years. I don't like traitors. My goal is to protect the village. My dream is peace in the world, Itachi finished. My name is Hatake Kakashi. What I love and don't love won't be interesting to you. The dream doesn't concern you. The hobby is reading. The goal I'll keep to myself. Now you, pink-haired, said Kakashi. I am Sakura Haruno. I love, look at Menma. I have a goal, look at Menma. I dream, look at Menma. Okay, what don't you like? Kakashi asked with a sigh. I don't like Naruto and Sasuke, Sakura snorted. I am Menma Namikaze, the son of the Hokage. I love training with my father and one girl. A deadpan look at Sasuke. I don't like Naruto. The goal is to surpass my father and become Hokage, finished Menma. Now you, said Itachi, looking at Sasuke. I, Sasuke Uchiha, love tomatoes and Naruto. After these words, everyone except our hero was surprised, especially Itachi. I don't like arrogant people and traitors. My hobby is training with Naruto. My dream is to become a strong kunoichi. Okay, now you, Hatake said, pointing at Naruto. I am Naruto Namikaze. I love Sasuke and training. I don't like arrogant and traitors. My hobby is training. My dream is world peace. The goal is to travel the world and protect the village from the outside, Naruto finished. An excellent goal, said a pleased Hatake, because he knew how the residents treated Naruto. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the 14th training ground, said Itachi, who was also happy for Naruto and for his sister. Yes, she asked him and Mikoto about her feelings for Naruto during the 4 years at the academy. Hi, said the genin and went home, and Sasuke and Naruto went to train some more and take a walk. Commentary on Part 7 or Forgiveness and Distribution. Sorry, the part turned out to be long. As requested, I'm starting to reconcile them little by little. Part 8 or New Abilities, Testing and Acquaintance Our hero's morning was ordinary. They are already eating and Naruto asks the fox a question. Further dialogue will be in the subconscious. Hey Ku, can I use Rinnegan techniques yet? Naruto asked. Yes, I think your body is ready, the fox replied. And your chakra? Asked Naruto. Right now you can only use a small part of my power, and to use it all you need to open the seal, and the key is with Sannin Jiraiya, but he is currently on a trip, the fox answered. Well, let's start with the Rinnegan, asked Naruto. Yes, but after the test. By the way, you will be late, said Kurama. Don't worry, Kakashi-sensei will be late by at least 2 hours. Have you forgotten already? Said Naruto. Okay, go to the field, except for the 14th, said the tailed one. Okay, Naruto listened to his friend and came out of the subconscious. When our hero ate, he went to the abandoned training ground 32. After 10 minutes of running, he was already there. Kurama, what's next? Naruto asked. Do you see that stone? Asked the fox. Yes, the Jinchuriki answered. Direct chakra into the eyes. Try to pull it, said Kurama. Naruto tried to pull the stone, but nothing happened. Imagine as if you understand it with your own hands, you should feel it, Kurama suggested. Thank you, Naruto replied. This time the stone was able to move a little from its place. So 1 hour passed and Naruto finally succeeded. Well done, you were able to learn Shinra Tensei in 1 hour, and now the same thing, just throw away the stone, the path of the Deva, said Kurama. After these words, Naruto tried to throw away the stone and after 10 minutes he succeeded. Now create clones and let them try to visit each other's attacks, the path of Preta, said the tailed one. Naruto created 100 clones and sent them to train. Create 30 more clones and let them try to read each other's thoughts by touching their heads or chests, the human path, Kurama commanded. Naruto created clones again and sent them to train. And you continue to attract and throw objects. 30 minutes passed like this. All the clones had already dispersed and transferred their knowledge and skills to Naruto. That's enough techniques for now, said Kyubi. Thank you, Kurama thanked his friend Naruto. Go to the test with the team, the fox replied. On the way, Naruto decided that he would test his new abilities by training against the senseis. Where have you been? Asked the evil Sakura and tried to hit Naruto. I was training, the blonde answered calmly, blocking the blow, like Sasuke blocked Boruto's blow. But sensei said to be at the training ground at 7 o'clock, Haruno continued, pulling her fist out of his grip. That's right, the pink-haired Menma supported. Yesterday they were late for 3 hours and now I don't see them here, answered the scarlet-haired man. After that Sakura and Menma calmed down. 5 minutes later Sasuke came, and after her the teachers. Yo. Hello, the former ANBU greeted. Good morning, Sasuke greeted his comrades. Hello, said Namikaze and Sakura. Your task is to take the bells from us before 12 o'clock noon, Itachi said. But there are 3 bells, asked the pink-haired girl. That's right, one of you will go to the academy, Kakashi answered. Start, Itachi shouted, and all the genin disappeared from sight. Naruto immediately decided to find Sasuke and teleported to her with a Hiraishin. Hello, Naruto said, and Sasuke flinched, but calmed down after a second. No need to scare me like that, Sasuke said. Forgive me, said Naruto, and Sasuke kissed him. After 10 seconds they broke the kiss and Naruto continued. I sent clones to Menma and Sakura, but they refused to work with me. Then we come up with a plan and wait for their actions, said Uchiha. Naruto nodded and they began to think about their actions. After 10 minutes, the plan was ready, as they heard the sounds of a fight and saw that Menma was trying to defeat Kakashi, and Sakura was lying in Genjutsu. And when Menma fell unconscious, Naruto jumped on Kakashi, but the ash-haired man dodged. Decided to show yourself? Kakashi asked. They didn't want to work as a team, we had to wait, the blonde answered, and then ran to Hatake. The fight began in taijutsu where the opponents were equal, but gradually Kakashi began to give up positions and turning on the Sharingan began to fight on equal terms. After they jumped away from each other and the Jounin began to fold the seals. Suetun is a water dragon, said Hatake. Doton, the earth dragon, the blonde shouted. After that, the 2 dragons collided. The earth dragon swallowed the water dragon and flew on. Kakashi jumped onto a branch, but there was already a kunai of the Hiraishin there. Shinra Tensei, Naruto said, teleporting to the kunai, and Kakashi flew into the tree where Sasuke was. She cut the bells and stood next to Naruto opposite Itachi. I'm not surprised that you dealt with Kakashi, but don't think that I'm weaker than him, Itachi said. There are 2 of us and only one of you, I don't think you can handle it, Sasuke answered. We're following the plan, Naruto said, and Sasuke nodded. Naruto unsealed the Tanto and ran at Itachi, and Sasuke threw shurikens. Itachi dominated in Kenjutsu, albeit a little. At this time, Sasuke changed her position while folding seals. Shinro Tensei shouted Naruto and Itachi flew back 20 meters. Katon Fire Dragon, said Sasuke, and a dragon flew at the elder Uchiha. He barely dodged, but heard the sounds of lightning behind him, Raikiri. You lost, Naruto said. Looks like it, Uchiha said smiling, and Naruto took off the bell. Half an hour later Kakashi and the rest of the team woke up. Naruto, Sasuke, who are you going to give the bell to? Asked Hatake. Sasuke threw 2 bells to her teammates, and Naruto took her hand with the hand that held the bell. Excellent. You passed, said Hatake, and Itachi smiled with the corners of his lips. Tomorrow at 9 near the Hokage's residence, said Itachi, and disappeared into the Shunshin. Just don't be late this time, Naruto said. Okay, Hatake replied and also disappeared into the Shunshin. Menma-kun, maybe we should go somewhere? Asked Sakura. Sasuke, do you want to go somewhere? Asked Menma, taking her hand. Sakura then looked angrily at Uchiha, and Naruto at Menma. Don't touch her, Naruto said in a grave voice, releasing Kurama's ki, which made Sakura and Menma shake. Menma, let me go the easy way, Sasuke said in a cold voice. After that, Menma let her go and realized that it was a lost cause. Naruto and Sasuke went to training as usual. Listen, Naruto, what kind of ki was that? Asked the Uchiha. This is the 9-tailed fox, he is my friend. What? You became friends with the tailed one? She was surprised. Yes, a long time ago, Naruto answered. Can I meet him? The brunette asked. Okay, Naruto said, taking her hand, and they found themselves in the subconscious. Hey, Kurama, I want to meet you here, at least, said the scarlet-haired man. After his words, a large red fox with 9 tails came out of the shadows behind the cage. Well, hello, Uchiha, said Kurama. Hello, Kyubi-san, answered the kunoichi. Don't be afraid, Sasuke, he is my friend and will not harm you, said Namikaze, and Uchiha calmed down and nodded. Kyubi-san, what is your name? Asked Sasuke. I am Kurama, and you are Sasuke Uchiha. I know, said Kurama. Yes, I tore a piece of the seal and now he can hear and see everything that I hear and see, I explained Naruto. I see, and nice to meet you, Kurama, said Brunette and smiled. Okay, we need to go, Naruto said, and they left the subconscious. Well, how is it? Asked the Jinchuriki. He's not as bad as they described him, said Uchiha. Yes, and since he told you his name, it means that now you are his friend, said the scarlet-haired man. Uchiha was happy with these words, because she did the seemingly impossible and kissed Naruto in joy, only now this kiss was hot and passionate. After 5 minutes, due to lack of air, they moved away from each other. After that, they had a sparring match in taijutsu, and 40 minutes later Naruto and Sasuke went to the house of the head of the Uchiha clan. Commentary on Part 8 or New Abilities, Testing and Acquaintance. I hope you enjoy it. Part 9 or all parents Naruto and Sasuke reached the house of the head of the Uchiha clan, but they are noticed by Mikoto. Oh, hi, Naruto-kun, he said. Hello, Mikoto-san, the scarlet-haired man answered. Come inside, Mikoto said as she walked in. The couple followed her, took off their shoes and walked into the living room. Well, how long have you been together? Asked Mikoto, looking at their clasped hands and pouring tea. After these words, the genins blushed, but did not unclasp their hands. Not a few days, the scarlet-haired man answered, and the younger Uchiha nodded. Congratulations, and when is the wedding? Asked the elder Uchiha. Well, Mom, Sasuke muttered, embarrassed. What? Maybe I want grandchildren, Uchiha said mockingly, and the children turned redder than tomatoes. Okay, how was the test? Mikoto asked. We were able to defeat Itachi and Kakashi, Sasuke said. Well done. Not every genin can defeat 2 ANBU captains, said Mikoto. Well, I used to serve in the route, said Namikaze, and the Uchihas enjoyed some tea. What? When? Asked the Uchihas. At 6 years old and until the academy, the scarlet-haired man answered. Now it's clear why you're so calm and serious, Mikoto shared her thoughts. Maybe, but Mom said that I was born like this, Naruto answered thoughtfully. I have to go, otherwise my mother is probably already tired of waiting, said the Jinchuriki, finishing his tea and getting up from the table. I see you, said Sasuke and followed him. When they left the house, Sasuke kissed him and they said goodbye. When Naruto entered the house, his mother was standing at the threshold. You scoundrel, said Kushina and hit her son on the head so hard that he flew out of the house. You're late for dinner, shouted the bloody habanera. Sorry, Mikoto-san and Sasuke invited me to visit, said Naruto rubbing his head. Okay, go have dinner, Kushina said with a smile and they went to the kitchen. So, how are things with you and Sasuke? Asked Kushina. Now it's clear why you and Mikoto-san are best friends, Naruto thought out loud. Oh, come on, so what? Kushina continued. Well, we're dating, Naruto replied. Congratulations. And when will you have grandchildren? Asked Kushina. Not soon, Naruto said, and Kushina's face sank. But I didn't say that there wouldn't be any, said Naruto with a warm smile, and Kushina beamed. Okay, I'm going to bed, I'm very tired, said our hero and went to bed. Commentary on Part 9 or all parents. This part turned out to be boring, sorry, I just had some things to do. Part 10 or finally a normal mission For a month now, Team 7 has been carrying out D-rank missions. Some come and work on the missions, some send a clone, and some are indignant. Hello Hokage-sama. We are on a mission, said Kakashi. Kakashi, hello, I'm giving you a mission, a robot for the garden, Minato didn't finish. Father, give me a normal mission, Menma was indignant. But you're not ready yet, according to the reports you don't have teamwork, Minato said. Hokage-sama, I think me, Kakashi-senpai, and the bloody fox of Konoha can handle a C-rank mission, Itachi said. Okay, if you ask so. Tazuna-san, come in. The Hokage shouted and a drunk man with a bottle in his hand entered the office. Team 7, you will accompany Tazuna-san to the land of waves, said the fourth. Yes, they are, just, kids. Especially, that, blonde one, said Tazuna. How dare you say such things to me? Shouted Menma. Shut up, Menma, Kakashi said. Tazuna-san, on the way we can only meet ordinary bandits, and also with you is the copy ninja Kakashi, the master of illusions Itachi, and also the bloody fox of Konoha, Itachi said. Okay, said Tazuna. Who is this bloody fox? Asked Menma. It's Naruto, Sasuke answered, and Sakura and Menma were stunned. In 30 minutes at the main gate, said Kakashi. Hi, everyone shouted. At the main gate. Surprisingly, everyone arrived on time. Well, let's go, said the joyful Menma. Yes, we can move out, said Kakashi, and everyone left the village. Commentary on Part 10 or finally a normal mission. Today's parts were short because I had things to do. Tomorrow I'll rehabilitate myself. Part 11 or the path to the land of waves Kakashi-sensei, how long will it take? Menma asked. You ask me this question every 10 minutes, take an example from your brother, said Kakashi. Hey, demon! How can you be the bloody fox? Asked the blonde. Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean you're right, Naruto replied. I knew it. You have no evidence, Menma said, and everyone except Sakura and Naruto made a face. Do you have nothing to do? Asked Sasuke. How are you talking to Menma-kun? Sakura shouted. Can't you stop this mess? Tazuna quietly asked Itachi and Kakashi. If only, Itachi answered. During the farce, Naruto went into the shadows and thought about his own, and Sasuke envied him. Strange, it didn't seem to rain. Where did this puddle come from? Naruto thought. 5 minutes later, when they approached the puddle, Naruto and Sasuke threw kunai into it. Ahaha, brother is completely out of his mind, Menma laughed. You're right, Menma-kun, Sakura supported him, but a few seconds later, Nuknin emerged from the puddle. One with a wound in his leg, and the other in his arm. Demon brothers, Naruto said, and without further ado ran to Gozu. Sasuke did not hesitate and ran to Meizu, and the senseis decided to just watch. A minute later, Gozu and Meizu were already lying on the grass unconscious. Well done, we'll do the rest ourselves, said Kakashi, and he and Itachi approached the Nukinanami, lifted them up and carried them into the forest. After 30 minutes they appeared and Kakashi began to speak. Tazuna-san, is there anything you want to tell me? Tazuna continued telling the story as per the book. Well, what are we going to do? Itachi asked, looking at the genin. We must continue the mission. Menma said. Yes, answered Sakura. Naruto and Sasuke simply nodded. Okay, then go ahead, said Kakashi. The formation was as follows. Naruto is in front because he is a censor thanks to Kurama. Sasuke is behind him to cover him. In the center are Sakura and Tazuna. On the sides are Kakashi and Itachi as the main force. Behind, Menma covers the rear. After 15 minutes, they reached the clearing. Get down, Kakashi shouted and pulled Tazuna and Sakura, Itachi, Menma, and Naruto Sasuke. A few seconds later, they saw a large sword stuck in a tree on which a man in bandages was standing. Zabuza Momochi, one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist, said Kakashi. Copy ninja Kakashi and master of illusions Itachi, I'm surprised you know me. Give me the architect and I won't touch you, Zabuza said. Kakashi-sensei, can I deal with him? Asked Naruto. Yes, but be careful, Kakashi replied. Zabuza, you haven't apologized to me for my eye, Naruto said, pointing to his scar. Bloody fox? Asked the Nuknin. So you remember, the Nuknin replied. Of course I remember, It was me who gave you this nickname, the swordsman said, calming down. Then let's begin, the scarlet-haired man said seriously and ran towards his opponent, taking out his tanto. In Kenjutsu, the swordsman was winning in all respects, but thanks to his agility, Naruto fought back. After 5 minutes, the tanto broke from a strong blow from the swordsman and Naruto jumped 10m away from his opponent. Katon Fire Dragon Namikaze shouted and released the Great Fire Dragon. Suetun Water Dragon Zabuza answered and released a water dragon that was no less powerful. Futon Parif shouted the blonde and strengthened his dragon. When the techniques collided, a large steam formed and the team could not see anything. Meanwhile, a battle was going on in the smoke. Naruto took out a kunai, and Zabuza picked up his sword from the ground. After 6 minutes, both were breathing heavily and jumped away from each other. And you became stronger, said Zabuza. Thank you, who hired you? Naruto asked. I'll tell you if you defeat me, the swordsman replied and rushed at Naruto. Doton Earthen Dome, said the scarlet-haired man, and he was covered with earth from all sides. I guess I'll have to use the Rinnegan, Naruto thought. You're right, the fox answered in his subconscious, giving his chakra so that Naruto wouldn't run out. Is that all? Asked Nuknin. After these words, the bloody fox jumped out of the dome and appeared in front of Zabuza. Shinra Tensei the swordsman heard and flew back 20 meters, after which he crashed into a tree. Banchitenin, said the scarlet-haired man, and pulled the swordsman towards himself, after which he hit him in the jaw and he ended up on the ground. You lost, Zabuza, said Naruto, out of breath and barely able to stand on his feet. Suddenly, 3 senbons fly into the swordsman's neck and an ANBU appears. Thank you, I've been tracking him for a long time. I'll take him with me, said ANBU and disappeared together with Zabuza. At the same time the steam cleared and Team 7 saw a battered Naruto with a torn jacket and torn pants. Naruto, how are you? Kakashi asked nervously. Everyone, have passed, the scarlet-haired man replied and began to fall, but Sasuke caught him. You're a fool, she said quietly. I'll carry him, Itachi said, taking the boy in his arms. The team walked the whole way silently and without incident. Everyone was thinking about their own. Menma thought that his brother was so strong that he survived the fight with the swordsman, or the swordsman was weak that he couldn't defeat him. Sakura was thinking who was stronger, Menma or Naruto. Sasuke was thinking what a fool and selfish Naruto was that he forgot how worried she was about him, and Kakashi and Itachi thought that because of them Naruto almost died and next time they would help him. Commentary on Part 11, or The Path to the Land of Waves. And here is the new part, I hope it will go well. Sorry for the mistakes. Part 12, or The Land of Waves and Training of Team 7 Naruto woke up in a room unfamiliar to him. He wanted to get up and look around, but saw Sasuke sleeping on his chest. He started stroking her head, which woke her up. As soon as she saw the guy who woke up, she immediately rushed to hug him. Fool. You know how worried I was, Sasuke said with tears of joy. Forgive me, Naruto said in a hoarse voice and kissed her. How long did I sleep? Asked the scarlet-haired man. 2 days, the brunette answered. Let's go, breakfast is about to begin, the kunoichi added. Okay, said the Jinchuriki. When they went down to the living room, the whole team was already at the table and waiting for food. Good morning, Naruto, Kakashi and Itachi said in unison. Good, Naruto replied. Forgive us for not helping you, Itachi said. I asked for it, calm down, said the scarlet-haired man. At this time, Tazuna's daughter set the table and everyone began to eat. After the fight with Zabuza, he was taken by the ANBU of the fog, so we need to prepare for a new attack, Naruto shared the information. You're right, in that case we have 4 to 5 days left before the attack. What are you talking about? Asked Menma and Sakura. I repeat, after the battle with Zabuza, the ANBU of the fog took him, although he should have killed him, and this means that they are on the same page and we need to be more careful, the Jinchuriki explained. In that case, we should start training, Itachi shared his idea. Exactly, after breakfast we'll go to the forest not far from here, Kakashi suggested. Yes. They'll probably show me a strong technique with which I'll win against Naruto and Sasuke will become mine, Menma thought. At training I will be able to prove myself and Menma-kun will be mine, thought Sakura. I hope my brother will show me a new fire technique or help me throw shurikens and kunais, thought Sasuke. Most likely he will attack during the day and ride on the bridge, and therefore I will have to be on duty on the bridge that day, Naruto thought. I think we need to distribute the duties on the bridge. Today I, Sasuke and Itachi will go, and you will train, Naruto suggested. I don't agree. Why do you decide who to go with? Menma was indignant. This is the most logical distribution. If I go today, then on the day of the attack I will be on the bridge where he will attack with a probability of 69%. Sasuke's main element is fire, which means Itachi can teach it better than Kakashi for now. For you, it's the other way around, since you have more Namake's genes, you have the lightning element and most likely wind from your father, which means Kakashi is more useful to you than Itachi, and Sakura will learn control and improve chakra control thanks to her talent, Naruto explained. That's right, Naruto, as always you calculate everything in advance, said Kakashi with a smile on his face. Thank you, Kakashi-sensei. I hope you understand everything, asked Naruto looking at Menma and Sakura. Menma, realizing that being in the same group with Sasuke would not work out, resigned himself, and Sakura was glad that she and Menma would train together. That's great, Tazuna-san, when are you going to the bridge? Asked Kakashi. Closer to the evening, so you can practice together, the bridge builder answered. Then let's go, Itachi said. In 30 minutes. Kakashi stopped, and everyone else followed him. So, which of you can walk on trees? Kakashi asked. Naruto and Sasuke raised their hands. Okay, and what about Sasuke on the water? Kakashi asked. I can, said Sasuke. Then go to Itachi, said the ash-haired one. Naruto, Sasuke, and Itachi moved 50 m away from their teammates and Itachi started the conversation. Sasuke, I will teach you the element of fire, phoenix flowers, and you Naruto, I will teach Bukajutsu and Taijutsu, said Itachi. Hi, they both shouted. In 3 hours it was time to go on duty. Sasuke had already managed to do the technique, but it was very weak, and Naruto, as before, did not hit 3 targets when he threw in Itachi's style, and was inferior in Itachi's taijutsu. So 4 days passed. During this time, Sasuke learned the phoenix flowers, although not as perfectly as she wanted. Naruto learned to hit all targets except one, and in taijutsu he became almost on par with Itachi. Meanwhile, Menma and Sakura learned to walk on trees and water, and as Naruto said, Menma has the element of lightning and he began to learn to control lightning chakra. Why are you training? It's useless. There are no heroes. Inari screamed, crying, and ran to his room. Then Tazuna told the story about Inari's father and about Gato. After listening to the story, Naruto went to calm Inari down. Entering the room, he saw Inari crying, who was holding a piece of a photograph in his hands. Inari, you're right. There are no heroes in this world, because they all die. In other words, a hero is someone who is willing to sacrifice himself for the sake of peace and the life of another person, and that's why, your father was a true hero, that's why he sacrificed himself for you, your mother, grandfather, and the rest of the villagers. I think he didn't want you to cry and burn now. He wanted you to live a happy life. So wipe your tears and never cry again, Naruto finished. Inari was inspired by his words and calmed down. Thank you, Inari said and hugged Naruto. After this conversation they went back down, finished eating and everyone went to bed. Commentary on Part 12 or the Land of Waves and Training of Team 7. I hope you like it. Part 12 or the Land of Waves and Training of Team 7 Naruto woke up in a room unfamiliar to him. He wanted to get up and look around, but saw Sasuke sleeping on his chest. He started stroking her head, which woke her up. As soon as she saw the guy who woke up, she immediately rushed to hug him. Fool. You know how worried I was, Sasuke said with tears of joy. Forgive me, Naruto said in a hoarse voice and kissed her. How long did I sleep? Asked the scarlet-haired man. 2 days, the brunette answered. Let's go, breakfast is about to begin, the kunoichi added. Okay, said the Jinchuriki. When they went down to the living room, the whole team was already at the table and waiting for food. Good morning, Naruto, Kakashi and Itachi said in unison. Good, Naruto replied. Forgive us for not helping you, Itachi said. I asked for it, calm down, said the scarlet-haired man. At this time, Tazuna's daughter set the table and everyone began to eat. After the fight with Zabuza, he was taken by the ANBU of the fog, so we need to prepare for a new attack, Naruto shared the information. You're right, in that case we have 4 to 5 days left before the attack. What are you talking about? Asked Menma and Sakura. I repeat, after the battle with Zabuza, the ANBU of the fog took him, although he should have killed him, and this means that they are on the same page and we need to be more careful, the Jinchuriki explained. In that case, we should start training, Itachi shared his idea. Exactly, after breakfast we'll go to the forest not far from here, Kakashi suggested. Yes. They'll probably show me a strong technique with which I'll win against Naruto and Sasuke will become mine, Menma thought. At training I will be able to prove myself and Menma-kun will be mine. Thought Sakura. I hope my brother will show me a new fire technique or help me throw shurikens and kunais, thought Sasuke. Most likely he will attack during the day and ride on the bridge, and therefore I will have to be on duty on the bridge that day, Naruto thought. I think we need to distribute the duties on the bridge. Today I, Sasuke and Itachi will go, and you will train, Naruto suggested. I don't agree. Why do you decide who to go with? Menma was indignant. This is the most logical distribution. If I go today, then on the day of the attack I will be on the bridge where he will attack with a probability of 69%. Sasuke's main element is fire, which means Itachi can teach it better than Kakashi for now. For you, it's the other way around, since you have more Namake's genes, you have the lightning element and most likely wind from your father, which means Kakashi is more useful to you than Itachi, and Sakura will learn control and improve chakra control thanks to her talent, Naruto explained. That's right, Naruto. As always you calculate everything in advance, said Kakashi with a smile on his face. Thank you, Kakashi-sensei. I hope you understand everything, asked Naruto looking at Menma and Sakura. Menma, realizing that being in the same group with Sasuke would not work out, resigned himself, and Sakura was glad that she and Menma would train together. That's great, Tazuna-san, when are you going to the bridge? Asked Kakashi. Closer to the evening, so you can practice together, the bridge builder answered. Then let's go, Itachi said. In 30 minutes. Kakashi stopped, and everyone else followed him. So, which of you can walk on trees? Kakashi asked. Naruto and Sasuke raised their hands. Okay, and what about Sasuke on the water? Kakashi asked. I can, said Sasuke. Then go to Itachi, said the ash-haired one. Naruto, Sasuke, and Itachi moved 50 m away from their teammates and Itachi started the conversation. Sasuke, I will teach you the element of fire, phoenix flowers, and you Naruto, I will teach Bukajutsu and Taijutsu, said Itachi. Hi, they both shouted. In 3 hours it was time to go on duty. Sasuke had already managed to do the technique, but it was very weak, and Naruto, as before, did not hit 3 targets when he threw in Itachi's style, and was inferior in Itachi's taijutsu. So 4 days passed. During this time, Sasuke learned the phoenix flowers, although not as perfectly as she wanted. Naruto learned to hit all targets except one, and in taijutsu he became almost on par with Itachi. Meanwhile, Menma and Sakura learned to walk on trees and water, and as Naruto said, Menma has the element of lightning and he began to learn to control lightning chakra. Why are you training? It's useless. There are no heroes. Inari screamed, crying, and ran to his room. Then Tazuna told the story about Inari's father and about Gato. After listening to the story, Naruto went to calm Inari down. Entering the room, he saw Inari crying, who was holding a piece of a photograph in his hands. Inari, you're right. There are no heroes in this world, because they all die. In other words, a hero is someone who is willing to sacrifice himself for the sake of peace and the life of another person, and that's why, your father was a true hero, that's why he sacrificed himself for you, your mother, grandfather, and the rest of the villagers. I think he didn't want you to cry and burn now. He wanted you to live a happy life. So wipe your tears and never cry again, Naruto finished. Inari was inspired by his words and calmed down. Thank you, Inari said and hugged Naruto. After this conversation they went back down, finished eating and everyone went to bed. Commentary on Part 12 or the Land of Waves and Training of Team 7. I hope you like it. Part 13 or the Battle on the Bridge At 7 a.m. Naruto, Itachi, Sasuke, Kakashi, and Tazuna were already on their way to the bridge. They arrived 20 minutes later. Naruto, Sasuke, you will be near Tazuna, and we will be on the sides of the bridge, Kakashi commanded. Hi, the genins shouted and everyone went to their positions. After 1 hour the fog appeared, which meant Zabuza was already here. Kakashita Hataki, Itachi Uchiha, you will fight me. Haku, here you go, little one, Zabuza commanded. Yes, Zabuza-san, answered the ANBU member. Itachi and Kakashi began the fight with Zabuza, and Haku surrounded the genin with ice mirrors. Sasuke, these mirrors can't be destroyed so easily, you could say that we're trapped, said Naruto. I understand, Sasuke replied. You're smart, so, let's see who's faster, said Haku and started throwing senbons at the genin. They dodged for the first 10 minutes, but then Sasuke started to barely stand on her feet, and Naruto, thanks to the Kyuubi, was only breathing a little heavily. Damn, if this continues, Sasuke won't be able to withstand it. My Rinnegan techniques won't help break the mirrors, the Kyuubi chakra is too dangerous, and normal and elemental techniques will only drain the chakra. Someone needs to destroy the mirrors from the outside, Naruto thought. You're boring me. Die, said Haku, and senbons flew at the genin from all sides. Naruto was able to dodge, but Sasuke was too weak, and so the scarlet-haired man covered her with his body and fell down without strength. The senbons hit the chakra circulation points. Naruto. What? Sasuke said, out of breath and in tears. Don't, war, gee, me. Naruto didn't have time to finish speaking and closed his eyes. Sasuke, because of her emotions, thought that he died and awakened the 3rd volume of the Sharingan. Wow, it looks like he was very important to you. Don't worry, you'll see him soon, said the ANBU and prepared to attack, but then he heard a scream from behind. Rasengan, shouted Menma, and the mirror in which Haku would break and Sasuke would fall unconscious. Damn. Boy, you're AF. Haku didn't finish as he saw that Kakashi was preparing to kill Zabuza with his technique. And now Kakashi is already flying at Zabuza, but Haku appears between them and the next second his heart is pierced through. Ku, said the swordsman, barely breathing. Zabuza-san, I hope I was a good weapon, said Haku and fell to the ground. Yes, it looks like you won, said the missing nin, and after his words Gato appears with his subordinates. I'm disappointed in you, Zabuza. We couldn't win a bunch of leaf shinobi, but it's okay, you'll all die soon. Gato finished. Kakashi, give me your kunai, Zabuza asked. Kakashi silently threw the kunai, then the fight is according to the law. After the massacre, Zabuza lay down next to Haku and asked to bury them next to each other. Kakashi accepted the request and the swordsman closed his eyes. 2 days later. Naruto wakes up and sees Sasuke lying next to him. He wasn't surprised by this picture and smiled at this déjà vu. 5 minutes later, Sasuke also woke up and saw her boyfriend looking at her face. Are you alive? Asked Sasuke. Did I die? Asked the Jinchuriki in confusion. After his words, Sasuke realized that she had misunderstood everything and, smiling, hugged the blonde. You're such a fool, she said into his neck. I know, I already said it, he said, hugging her. A week later, the bridge was completed and they called it Zabuza Bridge, and our team returned back to Konoha. Commentary on Part 13 or the Battle on the Bridge. I know, simple and short. I apologize in advance for mistakes, etc. Part 14 or New Technology and Good News. After Team 7 returned to Konoha, they went to the Hokage's office. Hello, Hokage-sama, Itachi and Kakashi said in unison. Hello, are you delayed on your mission? Asked the Hokage. Yes, we were attacked by the swordsman of the mist, Zabuza Momochi, along with his protege. We decided to guard the bridge builder until the end, said Kakashi. I understand you were able to deal with him, Minato stated more than asked. Yes, Itachi answered. Okay, then I will protect you with an A-rank mission, Minato said proudly. Hooray, shouted Sakura and Menma, and Naruto, and Sasuke smiled. After the conversation, everyone went home. Mom, I'm home. Menma shouted and got hit on the head by Kushina. Where have you been for so long? Asked the red-haired girl with 9 strands of hair behind her head. We met Zabuza Momochi on a mission, we had to stay late, Naruto said calmly as always and got hit on the head. Why didn't you warn me? Asked Kushina. We somehow didn't think about it, the blonde answered, rubbing the back of his head. Okay, I forgive you this time, but next time, Kushina said, cracking his fingers at the end. I see, Menma said, and Naruto raised an eyebrow. Sit down and eat, you'll tell me everything, said Kushina. After dinner, Naruto went to train a little and sleep. The next morning, the whole family is already sitting at the table and eating. Naruto finished the first one and wanted to leave unnoticed as usual, since the family was carried away by conversations, but this time he was noticed. Already leaving? Where to? Asked Minato. To training, Naruto said, and Minato remembered that he wanted to teach his son Hiraishin. Let me come with you, Minato suggested. Why? Asked the scarlet-haired man. I'll teach you Hiraishina, the older blonde replied. Finally remembered, Naruto said with a sneer. Sorry, I just got a little busy, Minato answered with an awkward smile and rubbing the back of his head. Let's go, Naruto said, and Minato beamed. At the training ground 14. First, you need to put your formula on the kunai, Minato said, handing his kunai to his son. For example, this is my formula. You can copy it and then improve it. After you create your formula, direct chakra into it and place it wherever it is convenient or necessary for you. For example, I place it on kunai or on my enemy during a fight. The technique is also useful if you need to, for example, move from the Hokage's office to your home and vice versa. Well, that's it, Minato exhaled. Any questions? Minato asked. As I understand it, I don't have to use a kunai? Naruto asked. Yes, you can use clones, Minato answered in front. Now everything is clear, thank you, the scarlet-haired man thanked. Please, okay, I'm late for work. See you later, said the blonde and disappeared in a yellow lightning. So, my team and I have to meet at our place in 30 minutes, so I'd better create clones and let them create the formula and teach the Hiraishin, and I'll go to the meeting, Naruto thought. Team 7 meeting place. Guys, I have good news for you, Kakashi said. What is it? Sakura asked. You will participate in the Chunin exam, but it is only at your request, Itachi interrupted his senpai. That's right, finished Kakashi. I agree. Menma shouted. Me too. Haruno shouted. I don't mind, Sasuke said calmly. Me too, Naruto said indifferently. Okay, then tomorrow at 10 o'clock the first stage is at the academy, said Kakashi. That's all for today, you're free to go, Itachi finished and disappeared into the Shunshin. Bye, said Kakashi and followed Itachi's example. We need to celebrate this. Menma said. I have things to do, see you tomorrow, said Naruto and was about to leave, but Sasuke stood in front of him. Did something happen? Sasuke asked worriedly. No, what are you saying? My father just told me how to use the Hiraishin, and I don't want to waste time, the blonde answered, smiling warmly at Sasuke, and she blushed from this smile. Okay, good luck, Sasuke said, smiling back. I won't go either, the brunette said in the same voice, looking at Sakura and Menma. And I'll go, Menma-kun, Sakura answered. Damn, this Naruto is putting a spoke in the wheel again. Well, okay, I'll go with Sakurai, thought Menma. Okay, then let's go, Menma replied, and Sakura beamed. Bye Naruto, Sasuke said and kissed him on the cheek. Bye replied the Jinchuriki and went to the training ground. After 20 minutes he got there and dispelled the clones. From them he learned that the formula worked. Our hero took the kunai in his hand and tried to put his seal on it. After 2 seconds he felt something and looked at the handle where the seal was. Naruto threw the kunai into a tree that was 7 meters away from him, directed chakra into the kunai, and after 2 seconds he was already there. Not bad, but it needs to be better, Naruto thought, and created 100 clones and continued training. After 2 hours, Naruto dispelled the clones and the delay for movement was 0.5 seconds. Naruto decided that it would be better to use clones for movement and created 20 clones and continued training again. After 1 hour, Naruto dispelled the clones and decided to train the Rinnegan. Kurama, what other abilities does the Rinnegan have? Naruto asked in his subconscious. Try Chibaku Tensei, Kurama replied. What is this? Naruto asked. Chibaku Tensei is a technique with which you create a black sphere from your hands, which then ascends to the sky. When activated, the sphere becomes a powerful core of attraction, attracting all surrounding matter to itself until it creates a large satellite. You also control the size of the sphere yourself, but this depends on your chakra reserve, because the technique itself is chakra-consuming, finished Kurama. Okay, I understand, said Naruto and went to the abandoned 30-second training ground so as not to attract attention. When he arrived, he created 40 clones and began training. After 2 hours, he managed to use a full-fledged technique and he went home tired. Hello, Naruto, the scarlet-haired man heard when he entered the house. Hello, the Jinchuriki said tiredly and sat down on the sofa. Did something happen? Kushina asked. No, I'm just tired from training, Naruto said and passed out. When you wake up, I'll give you such a training session, Kushina growled and continued doing her own thing. Commentary on Part 14 or New Technology and Good News. There were some complaints under the previous part, so if you want me to rewrite it, write == Part 15 or the first stage == Morning as usual. Woke up at 6, breakfast with family at 7, went to training at 7:30. Train until 9:30 and went to the academy. Hello, Naruto, Sasuke said. Hello, Naruto replied. Since everyone is here, we can go, Menma suggested, and the whole team went to office 301. They had already reached the 2nd floor and saw a crowd of genin. Menma and Sakura stopped, and Naruto and Sasuke continued walking. Hey, where are you going? The blonde man was perplexed. To office 301, Sasuke answered. Are you completely blind? This is the office, Sakura shouted, pointing her finger at the door. Unwind, said the scarlet-haired man, and the illusion disappeared, and instead of the genin who were not letting them through, Izumo and Katetsu appeared. Well done, you managed to overcome the illusion, Izumo said to the back of Naruto and Sasuke as they left. Sakura-chan, let's date. Lee suggested. No. You're not my type. Sakura answered and went after her teammates, and Lee wilted. At the entrance to the auditorium, they were met by Itachi and Kakashi and a conversation began. I had no doubt that you could handle the illusion, Kakashi praised. I'm sure you'll become a Chunin, Itachi continued, looking at Naruto and Sasuke. Thank you, said the genins in unison except Naruto. Thank you, the Jinchuriki said quietly, but the senseis heard him. Okay, good luck, the Jonin said the last word in unison and let the team through. When they entered the auditorium, all the genin began to attack them with their ki, but compared to Naruto's ki, it was insignificant and no one from Team 7 even flinched. Menmakuen said the blonde on the right and hung on the younger Namikaze. So you're also passing, I'm not surprised, Shikamaru said in a lazy voice. Hello everyone, said Kiba, who had come up with his team. So the whole episode is here, Menma said, taking Ino off himself. Yeah, looks like it, Shikamaru replied. Naruto and Sasuke were discussing the first stage on the side, but suddenly Naruto was distracted by a genin with red hair who was staring at him. Naruto, these are the Jinchuriki of the one-tailed one and it looks like they are not on good terms, the fox said in his head. Okay, I'll deal with him, the blonde answered in his thoughts. Hello, I am Yakushi Kabuto and I can tell you information about all the participants, said the ash-haired guy of about 17 years old. Adjusting his glasses. Yes. Give me information about Uzumaki Naruto, Gaara no Sobakuno and Sasuke Uchiha. Uzumaki Naruto, wow, Kabuto was surprised. What's there? Menma asked. Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tailed. Served in the ANBU of Root and has the Rinnegan. Possesses all 5 elements. Taijutsu weak Jounin. Ninjutsu intermediate Jounin. Fuin. Kabuto didn't have time to finish speaking before the scarlet-haired guy twisted his arms around him. Where does an ordinary genin get such information? Naruto asked. Just an observation, Kabuto answered nervously. Only Hokage and Danzo knew that I served in the Root. There are 2 options. 1. You have penetrated the Root archive. 2. You broke into the Hokage's archives. 3. You are a trusted person of one of them. So answer who you really are, Naruto continued. Well done, Naruto. I work for your godfather Orochimaru-sama, Kabuto admitted. My godfather, the snake Sannin. I need to meet him, the Jinchuriki thought. And what do you need for the exam? Asked the scarlet-haired man. I can't say that, but he will, Kabuto answered. And when? Naruto asked another question. After the second stage, come to the Root base at 1700 hours, the ash-haired man answered. Okay, Naruto finished and let Kabuto go. Immediately after this, the examiner enters and everyone sits down in their seats. My name is Marino Ibiki, I am the examiner of the first stage. You are given a piece of paper with 9 questions to complete, which you have 45 minutes. When the time is up, I will name the last, 10th question, Ibiki said, releasing his key. If an attempt to cheat is noticed more than 3 times, you and your team will be disqualified. In other words, if one is caught, the whole team will suffer. And now, let's start. Ibiki finished and everyone turned over their sheets of paper. Naruto gave a signal to Sasuke and began to write the answers, and she copied them with her Sharingan. After 15 minutes, Sasuke and Naruto finished and looked at their teammates. Menma was completely shaken because he did not know the answer to a single question, and Sakura wrote the answers without stopping. Naruto decided that he needed to help Menma and teleported his sheet to him, since he had discreetly put a mark on it before the exam. As soon as Menma saw the sheet, he immediately began to rewrite it, and in 10 minutes everything was ready. Then he looked at the signature and was surprised because Naruto helped him. He also discreetly teleported the sheet to his brother and looked at him with gratitude. In 20 minutes. Time's up. Ibiki shouted. Now there will be the last, 10th question, and if you don't answer it, then you will fail the exam. Marino shouted the last words. But among us there are those who have already participated in the exam, shouted the second. So you are unlucky, but you have a chance to save yourself. You can leave, Ibiki answered. After these words, 3 teams left. Are you sure you want to stay? Because if you answer incorrectly, you will never become a Chuninami again. The examiner of the first stage finished and 2 more teams left the exam. Okay, then everyone who is left here, come on. Yamano finished and a girl with purple hair and a brown coat and a mesh suit underneath flies in the window. There are too many participants left. You're getting old, Ibiki. Shut up, Ibiki replied. I am Mitarashi Anka, the examiner of the second stage, which will take place at the 34th training ground or Forest of Death. Follow me, she shouted, and everyone went to the place where the second stage will be held. Commentary on part 15 or the first stage. Sorry for the mistakes. Announcement Sorry, there won't be any parts today. You understand, it's New Year, we need to prepare, etc. Thank you and Happy New Year. Part 16 or stage 2 Before you is the Forest of Death, and soon you will find out why it is called that way, Anka said, but she noticed that one guy was not listening to her and threw a kunai at him. So what was that? The scarlet-haired man asked indifferently, deflecting the kunai that was flying at his brother. You're good, said Anko smiling, and continued. You are given a scroll of heaven or earth. The task is to take the opposite one. Before the start of the stage, you need to sign forms as an agreement that we are not responsible for your lives. Anka explained the rules. After her words, all the genin took turns going into the gazebo hidden from the other genin to sign and pick up their scroll. Our team had a sky scroll. After that, all the participants were led to their gates where they would begin the exam. After 5 minutes, our team was already at their gates and was waiting for them to open. Another 5 minutes passed and the gates opened. Our genin ran 300 and Naruto stopped. I suggest that Sasuke keep the scroll, Naruto said. Why? Sakura was perplexed. In our team, me and Menma are the attack, so there is a very high risk that they will take it away from us, and Sasuke is cover. She does not get into a fight without reason and can be very inconspicuous, the ideal option, said Naruto. I agree, said Menma. Me too, Sasuke said. Then that's what we'll do, the scarlet-haired man finished, giving the scroll to Sasuke. Code word, the scarlet-haired man said his thoughts out loud. Our sensei's favorite book, Menma suggested. Not bad, the Jinchuriki agreed. Let's move on, the brunette suggested. Yes, everyone answered. So our team walked for another 30 minutes until they met the team from the grass. The opponents turned out to be easy and our team dealt with them in 2 minutes. Oddly enough, they had an earth scroll. You're Uzumaki, right? Naruto asked, looking at the red-haired girl with bites. Why yes, she answered cautiously. I won't hurt you. Just answer me, what are these bites? Asked the Jinchuriki. If you bite me, all the wounds will heal, the girl said with fear. I see, come with us, I'll make arrangements so that you live in Konoha and no one uses you, the blonde suggested. Do you promise? She asked, and Naruto nodded. I don't think that Konoha will refuse another Uzumaki, thought the eldest son of Namikaze. After 8 hours of continuous running, our team decided to make a stop in a cave. Naruto and Menma set up barriers, Sasuke and Karen set up tents, and Sakura was busy with food. After 30 minutes, everything was ready and our heroes sat down to eat. Karen, since you don't have a tent, I'll give you mine, the scarlet-haired man began. But where will you sleep? Uzumaki asked. He will sleep with me, Sasuke said. Okay, said Karen. I should have been sleeping with Sasuke. Damn, the older brother is always ahead, but I won't give in to him, Menma thought. I want to sleep with Menma-kun too, thought Sakura. Then it's decided, said Naruto and went to Sasuke's tent. After 10 minutes, everyone else finished eating and went to their tents. When Sasuke came in, Naruto was still awake, but thinking about something. Did something happen? Sasuke asked, hugging him. Yes, I'm wondering why my godfather wants to see me. Well, he's not going to kill you, so everything's fine, Uchiha suggested. Yes, you're right, said the scarlet-haired man and went to bed, followed by the Uchiha. The next morning, Naruto woke up earlier than everyone else, so he decided to start eating. After 30 minutes, Sasuke got up with Karen and started helping him. When an hour passed, the hedgehog was ready, and Sakura and Menma also woke up. After breakfast, Team 7 went to the tower. Along the way, they did not meet anyone, since thanks to Naruto, they avoided everyone. After 15 hours of continuous running along the upper paths, they finally, tired, except for Karen, she only had shortness of breath, and Naruto, who was used to long paths, reached the tower. As soon as our heroes entered, Menma and Naruto unsealed the scrolls from which Kakashi and Itachi came out. After praise from the sensei, everyone went to their rooms, and Naruto, Karen, Kakashi, and Itachi continued the conversation. Well, Naruto, tell me, Kakashi ordered. This is Karen Uzumaki. She has healing powers. By biting her, all your physical wounds will instantly heal. I want her to move to Konoha. You do understand that this can affect your relationship with the grass, Itachi asked. Sorry, Karen spoke up. They said that if I don't pass the exam, I might not come back, the girl continued. Well, in that case, why not? Kakashi said, and Itachi nodded. Thank you, Itachi-san, Kakashi-sensei, and now can you take her to the Hokage? Asked the scarlet-haired man. Okay, Kakashi answered, taking the red-haired girl by the hand, and he, Karen and Itachi disappeared into the Shunshin, and Naruto went to rest. Part 17 or before the qualifying battles 4 days have passed since our team passed the second stage. During this time, Karen was able to start living in Konoha, Naruto spent all his time with Sasuke, and of course Menma tried to win her heart for the first 2 days, but after numerous failures he came to terms with the fact that he had no chance and his feelings for her cooled. Sakura, well, as usual. Also during this time Naruto made a new acquaintance and friend. Flashback. Naruto's POV. It's been 2 days already and the new team hasn't arrived yet. And I was hoping to talk to that red-haired guy from Suna. Today was the usual day, Sasuke and I spent all our time together training and so on, but today a miracle happened, the sand team arrived. As soon as I saw them, I immediately started talking. What is your name? I asked, approaching the red-haired man. Gaara no Sobakuno, he replied. Naruto Namikaze. Can we talk in private? I asked as I left, and Gaara nodded and followed me. What do you need? He asked. I am the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed beast, and you? I asked. I am the Jinchuriki of the one-tailed one, Gaara replied. I understand that you are not on the best terms with him and that is why you are constantly thirsty for blood. I am offering you my help, but are you going to improve your family relations? I asked. How can you help me? And how can I improve my relationship with my family if they don't guide me? Gaara was perplexed. To make friends with your Jinchuriki, you need to go down into your subconscious and I will help you with this. You will meet him there, and then start a conversation, find a common language and find out his name. About the family. I see how they look at you. They are afraid of you, but you need to show that you are friendly and not a monster. I told you the basics, and then I will do the rest myself, I finished. Okay, I agree, the one-tailed Jinchuriki replied. Then let's begin, I said and touched his forehead. After that we found ourselves in his subconscious, there we met the one-tailed one. At first he tried to scare us, but when I calmed Gaara down, the conversation began. One-tailed, talk to your Jinchuriki and try to become friends, I suggested. Why is that? Asked the Ichibi. You are together for life. Continue and it will be worse for both of you, Naruto explained. Listen to his brother, said the third voice. Kurama? You're friends with a human? How low have you fallen? Do you think it's better to live alone for thousands of years? Asked the fox. Okay, I agree, but you will fix the seal that keeps me here, the raccoon stated. No problem. Gaara, the rest is up to you. After the exam, we'll meet near Ichiraka Ramen, and we'll continue there, Naruto said at the end, and they left the subconscious together with Kuramai. After the conversation, I went to my room where I sat down to meditate and waited for my new acquaintance to come. 10 minutes passed and there was a knock on my door. Gaara, come in, I said, and we went into my room. Thank you, Shikaku is not as bad as they say and he does not terrorize my brain as much as before, but how are you going to change the seal? He asked. I'll ask my mother. She's an Uzumaki and knows few and well, so don't worry, I answered. Why are you helping me? Gaara asked, puzzled. I felt sorry for you, and besides, it wouldn't hurt to improve relations with your village. By the way, when we go to put a new seal after the selection, take your family with you, okay? I explained and asked. Yes, of course, answered the cheerful Gaara. Okay, I'll go to my family, the red-haired man said as he left. Bye, I answered. After that the day passed as usual with Sasuke. The next morning I saw how the Sabaku family was having breakfast together and didn't show it outwardly, but inside I was happy for Gaara. When they saw me they greeted me and thanked me for my help. Closer to 5 p.m. 2 more teams arrived. Teams 8 and 11. I knew the genius of the Hyuga clan who, despite being from a side branch, owns techniques from the main branch of the clan, but at the same time he is not as arrogant as his sister. Hinata has not liked me for her behavior since childhood. Although she is a genius, she is not at the level of Niji, but she has no shortage of impudence and because of the seal he is on a leash with her. As usual, I went to training, but this time without Sasuke, since she went to her friend Ten. And when I went up to the roof, I saw Niji and Hinata training and decided to watch. Niji was definitely gaining the upper hand, but Hinata used the transfer seal and he started writhing in pain. I quickly knocked out Hinata and Niji seemed to feel better. How are you? I asked. It's fine, thank you, he answered, breathing heavily. I'm Naruto Namikaze, and you're Niji Hyuga, right? I introduced myself. Yes, nice to meet you, he replied, catching his breath. If you are put against her in the exam, you will lose, I stated the fact. I know, but I have no choice, he sighed heavily. If something goes wrong, I will intervene, I said. Okay, but keep in mind that the Hyuga, an arrogant clan, shared information with Niji. I know. Don't you want to practice? I asked. Come on, he answered, and we started training. After 2 hours we were already sitting and talking when suddenly Niji grabbed his head and fell to the floor. I looked around and saw Hinata, who had just woken up. Cancel the technique, now, I said through my teeth, releasing February 10th of Kurama's ki. She was so twisted with fear, her body began to tremble and she fell to her knees, and Niji stopped suffering from pain. Go away, I ordered again in a calm voice. Oh okay, she said hesitantly and ran away. Thank you, Naruto. I wouldn't mind talking to her myself, but the seal, Hyuga finished quietly. Don't worry, soon you won't have the seal, I said. How? Niji was perplexed. I'll come to an agreement with your clan and remove her, just trust me, I replied. Okay, he said with a smile. Since then, we have become good friends and it turned out that we are very similar in character and outlook on the world. End POV Naruto. End of flashback. The qualifying battles are starting now. Commentary on part 17 or before the qualifying battles. Sorry for the long wait. The part turned out to be simple, sorry. Part 18 or qualifying battles After the Hokage's speech about the real essence of the exam, the fights began. I am Gekko Hayato and the judge of the qualifying fights. Killing is allowed, but not recommended. Also, if the judge deems it necessary, he has the right to stop the fight. And now the first fight. Naruto Namikaze/Kiba Inuzuka. Hello loser, it must be hard for Menma to be on the same team with you, Kiba mocked, and Naruto remained silent. Go ahead, shouted Gekko. Kiba started the fight in taijutsu, but Naruto parried all the blows and counterattacked. He didn't want to show all his strength and pretend to be weak the old-fashioned way. Kiba got tired of it and switched to clan techniques, and Naruto simply dodged. After 5 minutes, the scarlet-haired one got tired of it and simply knocked out Kiba. The winner is Naruto Namikaze, said the judge, and Kiba was carried out of the arena, and Naruto went up to the stands. The next fight is Sasuke Uchiha against Yuroi Akato. Here he is an ordinary genin from Konoha. The fight began in taijutsu, where Sasuke was winning in all respects. And then Sasuke blocks another blow, but suddenly weakened sharply. What? My chakra. It's like he took it away, thought Sasuke. Yuroi was about to hit Sasuke, but the girl was barely able to dodge. Sasuke immediately after dodging the blow activated the Sharingan and began throwing kunai and shuriken at the enemy at the same time, trouble for him. Yuroi barely dodged because the iron was flying straight at the target, and when one of the kunai hit his knee, he fell, and Sasuke struck him in the jaw and the enemy passed out. The winner is Sasuke Uchiha, Hayato announced the result. Sasuke was walking to the stands and suddenly felt heaviness in her legs and began to fall, but Naruto caught her and took her in his arms. Take her to the medical center. She has chakra depletion, Naruto said, looking towards the medics. They took Sasuke and carried him to the medical center, and Naruto went up to the stands. Further only results. Menma Namikaze/Chuji Akimichi, Menma. Sakura Haruno/Ino Yamanaka, Tai. Gaara/Rock Lee, Gaara, but he didn't break bones or go crazy. Shikamaru Nara/Issei Dekuro, Shikamaru won, and this is clanless. Shino Aburame/Kankuro, Shino. Hinata Hyuga/Niji Hyuga. Give up, you will never defeat me, Hinata said. No, Hinata-sama, answered Niji and took his stance. Mom asked for it, said Hinata and rushed at the guy. Niji was stronger in taijutsu, so Hinata wanted to use her clan's technique after 5 minutes. 8 trigrams 64 palms, Hinata shouted and tried to attack Niji. Rotation, answered the elder Hyuga. After Hinata failed, Niji also used this technique, but this time Hinata could not dodge and used the subordination seal. Niji began to writhe in pain, and Hinata began to beat him. After 2 minutes of beatings from Hinata, Niji could barely stand on his feet. And now the Hyme of the Hyuga clan is about to deliver the final blow, but Naruto stops her by twisting her arm. "That's enough, you win," said Naruto. "I knew she would fall for it, everything is going according to plan," thought the Kyuubi Jinchuriki. "The winner is Hinata Hyuga," Hayato announced, and Niji was carried out of the arena on a stretcher, and Naruto let Hyuga go. "That's all for today, you can be free," said the examiner and left the arena, and the Jonin, Genin, and Hokage followed his example. When Naruto returned to the village, he immediately ran to the ANBU route base. In 15 minutes. "Grandfather Danzo," Naruto said as he entered the office where Danzo and a man with long black hair and white skin were sitting. "Ah, Naruto, sit down," the head of route answered. "Hello, Naruto-kun, I am Orochimaru, your godfather," said the stranger. Commentary on Part 18 or Qualifying Battles. "I hope it goes well. Part 19 or Meeting and Plans Hello, Naruto-kun, I am Orochimaru, your godfather," said the stranger. "Snake Sannin Orochimaru, I know who you are, but why didn't I know that you were my godfather and didn't meet you before?" Namikaze was perplexed. "I was very busy and didn't have time to look into the village, and I am your godfather by the will of Minato," the Sannin answered. "I see, so why did you want to see me?" the scarlet-haired man asked with interest. "As I already said, I was on a mission that consisted of surveillance of the 4 great countries. We were gathering information and found out that the cloud, sand, and stone want to attack Konoha together during the 3rd stage. But it's not all that bad. Kabuto reported to me that you communicate well with the Kazekage family, so try to change them to our side." The Sannin shared the information. "Okay, the sand is on our side, what next?" "The cloud and the rock will most likely cause a lot of damage to the village, and that's very bad, plus they'll most likely take the Jinchuriki of the 2-tailed and 4-tailed, Namikaze suggested. "We know, but there's nothing we can do. We have to pretend that we don't know anything," Danzo said. "Okay, I agree," Naruto decided. "Naruto, the 3rd stage will be in a month, do you want to become my student?" asked Orochimaru. "Yes," the Jinchuriki answered. "Great, I'll come to your place for dinner today," said Orochimaru. "Bye," answered the blonde and left. On the way, Naruto thought about the conversation and about his new teacher, so he didn't notice how he ran to the house. Entering the house, he went to the kitchen from where the smell of food was coming. The table was set with food, and the whole family was sitting at it. "Hello Naruto, you're just in time," said Kushina. "Hi, Mom," the scarlet-haired man replied. "Hello, brother." Ami greeted him, hugging him. "Hello," the Jinchuriki said, smiling at the corners of his lips. "Guests will be arriving soon, so don't take any food," Kushina commanded. "Dad, has Danzo told you yet?" the Jinchuriki asked. "What are you talking about?" Minato was confused. Then Naruto told all the information and the plan to Orochimaru and Danzo. "I see, so you invited the Kazekage too?" Minato asked. "Yes," the scarlet-haired man answered and received a blow from his mother. "And you couldn't tell me even later?" asked Kushina. "Sorry," Naruto answered, rubbing his head from the blow. "Okay, thanks for the warning," blonde thanked, and Naruto nodded. After 10 minutes, all the guests and the Kazekage family came and started eating. When 10 minutes had passed since the start of the meal, Naruto began a dialogue. "Kazekage-sama, can I talk to you?" asked Naruto, who had been silent until then. "Okay," answered Kazekage, and they went to another room. Entering the room, Naruto began a dialogue. "Gaara told you about the seal?" the scarlet-haired man asked. "Yes, can you really help?" asked the Kazekage. "Not me, but my mother. She will put a new seal, but in exchange you will help us against Kiri and Kuma, do you agree?" Naruto set the conditions. "Of course, I would have done it anyway if you had helped us," the Kazekage agreed. "Glad to hear it, then let's go back to the table." Naruto finished opening the door and leaving the room, and Raza followed him. When they entered the kitchen, everyone looked at them, and Naruto nodded approvingly to his father. Minato immediately understood what his son meant and smiled. Then everything went well. The The children except Naruto, Sasuke, and Gaara went to the backyard, and the adults and the aforementioned Troy stayed to discuss business. Minato, I understand Naruto has already told you, the snake Sannin confirmed more than asked. Yes, and he also made an agreement with the Kazekage, the Hokage answered. What are you talking about? Asked Jiraiya. Then Orochimaru told all the information and the plan to those present. I think we need to prepare for battle, so Naruto is now my student and tomorrow we are leaving the village for a month. Orochimaru shared the idea. I think so too, and Menma and I are also leaving to train tomorrow, said Jiraiya. Sasuke, you will be trained by me, Kakashi and Shisui, he recently returned from a mission, said Itachi. Then I will train Gaara, said Raza. After that, everyone sat for a while and then went their separate ways. Commentary on Part 19 or Meeting and Plans. Sorry. I agree that the previous part is not very good, to put it mildly. I hope it will be better next. Part 20 or Training with the Godfather The Hokage family and two Sannin stand at the main gates of Konoha. It's time for us to go, said Orochimaru. Okay, bye mom, dad, said Naruto. We should probably go too, bye, said Jiraiya. Jiraiya, you'll teach Menma bad things, Kushina threatened, raising 9 strands of hair. I understand, Jiraiya answered nervously. This also concerns you, Kushina continued, looking at Orochimaru. I know, the snake answered. After saying goodbye, our heroes went their separate ways. Orochimaru-san, where are we going? Naruto asked. To one of my shelters, the Sannin replied. Where do you get your shelters? Asked Naruto. My hobby is to do experiments, so I had to build shelters so that no one would find out anything extra, and it's also convenient, Orochimaru answered. I see, the scarlet-haired man nodded. They walked the rest of the way in silence and reached their destination in 4 hours. We have arrived, said Orochimaru, and moved the stone that was lying on the clearing. After that, the entrance to the shelter opened in the ground. The shelter was dark and was a labyrinth with many rooms. Naruto walked with Orochimaru for 10 minutes until he stopped. This is the training ground where you will train, and here is your room, said Orochimaru. Okay. When do we start training? Asked the Jinchuriki. Right now, the Sannin answered and attacked Naruto. At that time they were standing on the training ground. In taijutsu, Orochimaru was twice as strong as his student, so Naruto missed every 3rd blow. Weak, said the snake Sannin and, jumping away from Naruto, began to make seals. Futon is a great impulse, said the Sannin. Katon a great fireball, Naruto answered. The fire, thanks to the wind, became even stronger and rushed towards the enemy. The flame reached its target, but Naruto knew that this was not all, and so it was. Orochimaru appeared from behind the scarlet-haired snake and tried to pierce him with a kunai, but Naruto pushed him away. You already know how to use your eyes, Orochimaru said commendably, rising from the ground, but a lightning dog was already flying at him, which Orochimaru repelled with a great impulse. Naruto at this time created lightning armor that covered his body and ran at Orochimaru with a Raikiri in his hand. He managed to dodge in time and with the help of the snake hand grabbed the guy's body and put a kunai to his throat. Not bad, but I'm sure that's not all your power, right? Asked the snake Sannin. Yes, but it's still difficult in a fight with a strong opponent, Naruto answered. You just lack experience. Despite your work in ANBU, you won't survive long in battle without support, but we'll fix that. Since you have no problems in theory and skills, we'll practice through sparring, Orochimaru said. Okay, Naruto replied. Now go rest and get settled, and I need to check something, said the Sannin and went into the shadow of the corridor. Naruto went into his room. A stone bed on which lay a pillow and a blanket. Nearby was a sink and a mirror. Also in the room was a toilet and a shower. Naruto decided that he needed to rest from the journey and fell asleep. In the morning he got up and Orochimaru came to him. Good morning, let's go to the training ground, said Orochimaru. Okay, Naruto said, and they went to the training ground. Let's start sparring, said the sensei, coming to the training ground and attacking Naruto. In taijutsu, Naruto still missed a lot of blows and decided to switch to ninjutsu. First, Naruto shot Orochimaru with a water pistol and launched a dog made of lightning. Then he took out a katana and, having soaked it with wind chakra, rushed at the enemy. Orochimaru defended himself with a wall of mud and took out Kusanagi to fight Naruto. In Kenjutsu, Naruto was slightly inferior to Orochimaru, but he managed to make the Sannin nervous a couple of times. After 30 minutes of fighting in Kenjutsu, Naruto threw Orochimaru into the wall and threw a kunai at him. Orochimaru dodged the iron, but out of the corner of his eye he noticed a seal on the kunai, and the next second a katana was raised at his throat. "Not bad," said Orochimaru, turning into earth and flowing onto the floor. "An earth clone, but where is the real one?" the scarlet-haired man thought, and many shurikens flew at him from above. Naruto created an earth dome around himself and protected himself from the iron. "We need to create clones underground and teleport to them to leave safely," the blonde thought as he created 5 clones. He closed himself in the dome. "I wonder how he'll get out," Orochimaru thought, and landed on the dome. As soon as the clones took up position, Naruto began to remove the dome. The snake Sannin immediately prepared to attack, and snakes crawled out of his hands and headed to the center of the dome, but there was no one there anymore. Suddenly, Orochimaru felt hot on the right side. He turned around and saw many small fireballs flying at him, phoenix flowers. In response, Orochimaru called on the Rashomon Gate and they protected him. Naruto did not hesitate and, covering himself in lightning armor and a katana with lightning chakra, quickly moved to Orochimaru, starting another fight in Kenjutsu. They continued like this for another 6 hours, intercepting the initiative from each other. That's all for today. You've done a good job, but there's room for improvement, and now rest, said Orochimaru and hid his sword in his mouth. Okay, said Namikaze and went into the room to sleep. Commentary on Part 20 or Training with the Godfather. Sorry for the long wait. Part 21 or Stage 3 Naruto and Orochimaru were already approaching the village gates. During the time they had been training, Naruto had become stronger and more resilient, and had also learned a new technique, shadow cloning shuriken. Orochimaru-san, the 3rd stage has already begun, go to the arena, said Katetsu. Okay, Orochimaru answered, and they went to the arena. When they went up to the stands, they heard an announcement. Naruto Namikaze/Hinata Hyuga. After that, Naruto went down to the arena where his opponent was already standing. You can give up right now, Hinata said haughtily, but Naruto ignored her. Let's start, shouted Hayata and jumped to the side. The fight started in taijutsu where the blonde dominated. After 15 minutes of shame in taijutsu for Hinata, she used the technique. 8 trigrams, 64 palms, said Hinata and began to hit Naruto on the chakra points. After 30 seconds, Naruto could barely stand on his feet, and when Hinata swung for a control blow, the scarlet-haired man began to turn into lightning and a paralyzing lightning discharge passed through Hinata's body. The real Naruto took advantage of the moment and created a Raikiri in his right hand. Naruto preferred Raikiri to Chidori, since he believed that it was an improvement, rushed at Hinata with all his speed, but stopped at his chest. Give up, said the only word of the Jinchuriki. Hyuga took out a kunai and tried to pierce Naruto, but he caught her hand with his free one and squeezed it so hard that the crunch of bones could be heard and the kunai began to fall to the ground, but the scarlet-haired man caught it and put it to Hinata's throat. The winner is Naruto Namikaze, Hayata announced. Naruto dispelled his technique and threw a kunai into the ground in front of Hinata. You are too arrogant, Hinata, and that is why you lost to me. You always broke down because of your status, and that is why you always won. For example, in the fight with Niji, you used the seal of submission knowing that nothing would be done to you because of your status as a Haim of the main branch of the clan, right? But when you met in battle with an opponent like me, who surpasses you in status and importance, you had to fight fairly, but unfortunately you had little experience in a fair fight and you lost, Naruto said coldly, turning his back to Hinata and looking at her over his shoulder. But you still have a chance to fix everything and change for the better, but how you should understand yourself. Naruto finished and disappeared into the Shunshin. Hinata did not have time to do anything and fainted, so she was taken away on a stretcher to the hospital. Naruto appeared behind Sasuke. Coming closer, he hugged her and pressed her to himself. Sasuke immediately realized that it was Naruto and turning around, wrapping her arms around the scarlet-haired man's neck, she kissed him on the lips. Breaking the kiss, they touched foreheads and Sasuke began to speak. "I missed you," Uchiha said in a soft voice, smiling warmly. "I missed you too," the guy answered warmly and smiled widely, and Sasuke, as usual, blushed after this smile, because in her opinion, this is the most beautiful thing in the whole world. Minato, Fugaku, Mikoto, and Kushina, who were watching this, only smiled, and one thing flashed through everyone's minds: they are the perfect couple. Meanwhile, Shino and Menma entered the arena. "Let's start," said Gekko. Menma immediately decided to close the distance, but the bugs did not allow him to do so. Then he tried to use a kunai with the seal of the god of thunder, but the bugs simply deflected it back at Menma. Shino began to attack Menma with bugs, and the blonde created 7 clones and, together with the copies, began to repel attacks with a Rasengan. After a while, Menma noticed a gap in Shino's defense and threw a kunai there, after which he teleported to him and hit Aburame in the back with a Rasengan, and Shino himself flew into the wall and lost consciousness. "The winner is Menma Namikaze," said Gekko, and Menma went up to the stands. Shikamaru Nara/Sabaku no Temari, canonical fight. Sasuke Uchiha/Sabaku no Gaara. "Good luck." Sasuke. "I believe in you," said Naruto. "Thank you," she replied and went down to the arena. "Start." Hayato commanded. Sasuke immediately turned on the Sharingan and began to deliver quick blows to Gaara, but he was protected by sand all the time. After 5 minutes of useless attempts to break through the defense, Sasuke remembered that blow of Rock Lee, with which he was able to break through Gaara's defense, as in canon, and decided to repeat it, and she succeeded. Gaara was very surprised by this and in a panic covered himself with a sand dome and began to attack the brunette with sand, but thanks to the Sharingan, she dodged the attacks. Then Sasuke created a Chidori in her left hand and taking a kunai in her right hand rushed straight to the dome. When she broke through the dome, she managed to slightly touch Gaara, but she hurried to stretch out her hand, since he still needed to fight. Gaara was at first shocked by his blood and dispelled the dome out of fear. Sasuke saw Gaara's frightened face and was very surprised that he was afraid of blood, because before meeting Naruto, he calmly killed left and right. At that moment, Konoha was attacked by the army of Stone and Cloud, but the army of Konoha was already waiting for them. The massacre began. Naruto immediately teleported to Sasuke and Gaara. "It's begun," Sasuke said. "Gaara, now you must calm down and protect your family and the residents," said the scarlet-haired man, and Gaara, remembering about protecting his family, calmed down and noticed how the Hokage and his father were fighting with the Raikage and Tsuchikage. "Naruto, we need to help them," said Gaara. "I know," Naruto said, and taking Sasuke and Gaara by the hands, he teleported to Minato. "Dad, we will help," said Naruto. "Okay, I'll leave the Tsuchikage to you, and we'll deal with the Raikage," Minato answered and teleported to Raza. Commentary on Part 21 or Stage 3. I hope you liked it. Part 22 or Attack Naruto covered himself in lightning chakra armor and, having imbued his katana with lightning, rushed towards the enemy. Sasuke began throwing shurikens at Inoki, and Gaara tried to catch him in the sand. The Tsuchikage himself fought back with various earth elemental techniques. This continued for another 30 minutes of continuous fighting. Sasuke was already quite tired. After all, the fight with the Kage was not as easy as it seemed. Gaara was already seething from the realization that his sand could not reach the flying and dodging Inoki, and Naruto, although he did not show it outwardly, was also beginning to get angry at his lack of experience and was surprised at how strong the Tsuchikage could be in his youth. "Naruto, Gaara, I have an idea," Sazala Sasuke and the guys approached her. Decided to gather together. "Thank you," said Inoki and began to prepare the technique atomic fission, but suddenly a huge amount of sand rushed at him and pinned his hands, not allowing him to finish the technique, and near his throat was Naruto's katana and Sasuke's Chidori. "Sand trap," Gaara said. After his words, a very loud crunch was heard and the Tsuchikage cry. "Well done, Sasuke, but to be honest we were very lucky," said Naruto. "And how do you know about the third Tsuchikage technique?" asked Gaara, letting go of the unconscious body of the old man on the ground. "Thank you." My father once told me, answered Sasuke. Okay, we need to help father. Sasuke is going to them, and we need to take care of the Bija, said Naruto, looking at the two-tailed and four-tailed destroying the village. Be careful, she said. Of course, Naruto answered, and he and Garai ran towards the tailed beasts, and Sasuke ran towards the Hokage. Gaara, go on, and I'll go look for Fugaku, Itachi, and Shisui, Naruto said, and turned in another direction. When Naruto reached the main gate, he saw the army of Konoha and Suna fighting against the army of Iwa and Kuma. In the distance, he saw a huge stream of fire, as well as wind blades, and immediately ran there. Along the way, he killed 10 to 15 shinobi with kunai and taijutsu. Grandpa, Fugaku-san greeted Naruto. Naruto. What's the situation? Danzo asked. Sachikage is defeated, but alive. Father, Kazekage and Sasuke are fighting against the eight-tailed. Gaara and the Sannin are holding back the four-tailed and two-tailed, Naruto reported. Fugaku, when he heard about Sasuke, began to worry, but did not show it outwardly. I see, the situation is even worse than we thought, Fugaku said. I need your help, Fugaku-san. You, along with Itachi and Shisui, must take control of the tailed beasts using the Mangekyo, but I don't know where they are, said Naruto. At the western gate, but there's a bloodbath there now, Fugaku said. I'll teleport you to your father, and then you're on your own, Naruto commanded, creating a shadow clone. The scarlet-haired man took Fugaku's hand and moved to his father, and then back to the clone's place. Grandpa, it's up to you from now on, Naruto said, and ran to the western gate. You are even more brilliant than your father, and thanks to you and your strategy we will protect the village. Hiruzen, your sacrifice was not in vain, thought Danzo, looking at the blue sky. The closer Naruto got to the western gate, the weaker any sounds were heard. There was just a bloody mess everywhere. Some were without heads, some without legs, and there was also just minced meat from which all the insides of a person were visible. Naruto barely restrained himself from throwing up on the spot. Calm down, kid. I understand that it's hard, but you have to go through this. For the sake of the village, for the sake of your parents, loved ones and, Kurama said, but he was interrupted. For Sasuke's sake. The scarlet-haired man finished. That's right, the fox concluded. Thank you, Kurama, Naruto said, raising the corners of his lips and speeding up. Heh, contact me, the fox replied with a grin. When Naruto reached the gate, he saw Itachi and Shisui along with 20 shinobi, surrounded on all sides by about 100 shinobi from Kuma and Iwa. Katon-Fireball, Futon-Great Impulse. Naruto released techniques and a huge fireball 12 by 12 meters rushed at the enemies. The technique killed 8 shinobi and injured 6. At this time, Itachi released Phoenix Flowers, and Shisui released a Fire Dragon and finished off those 6, as well as 4 more. The rest began the fight in taijutsu and kenjutsu. Naruto with the help of Raikiri, Itachi used a katana, and Shisui Tanto. Thus, they dealt with all the enemies and recaptured the western gate. Thank you, Naruto. We couldn't have done it without you, Itachi said. Yeah, that's right, Shisui said happily as always. This is not the end yet, Naruto said just as seriously. You need to subdue the four-tailed and two-tailed with the help of the Manjikyu, and then the war will be won, if of course father and Fugaku-san cope. The Jinchuriki was legalized. Don't worry, R2-san is strong, Itachi said. Okay, lead us, said Shisui. Naruto did not hesitate, and taking their hands teleported to Orochimaru. The next second they saw Jiraiya on the head of Gamabunta, who together with Shikaku fought the tailed beasts. Shifting their gaze they saw Tsunade with fear in her eyes, who was healing Orochimaru. Godfather, what's wrong with you? Naruto said, jumping up to him, looking at Orochimaru, who was completely covered in blood, with a large wound in his chest. Naruto, cough, you're just, cough, on time, said Orochimaru, coughing, shifting his gaze from Namikaze to Shisui and Itachi. Act, the scarlet-haired man commanded again in a serious tone, looking at the Uchiha. They did not hesitate and, having activated the Manjikyu, took the tailed beasts into Jinjutsu, and a few minutes later their Jinchuriki, Rushi and Yujito, were lying on the ground instead of them. Tsunade-sama, will he be okay? Naruto said with fear in his eyes. Don't worry, everything will be fine. The wound is not deep, the princess answered, having calmed down. I'll bring my father, Naruto said and disappeared in scarlet lightning. Naruto appeared on a completely destroyed arena. Looking back, Naruto saw the tied-up Raikage, Suchikage, and Killer Bee. Near them, leaning on the wall, sat the wounded Minato, who was bandaging Menma, and Fugaku, who was talking about something with Sasuke, who was holding his stomach, from where he was wiping the wound. The Jinchuriki of the four-tailed and two-tailed have been captured, and the enemy forces have been defeated, Naruto reported, looking at his father and glancing at Sasuke's wound. The Raikage, Suchikage, and the Jinchuriki of the eight tails have also been captured, Fugaku reported. All civilians are in shelters, casualties among them are minimal, reported Menma. But the losses among the shinobi, said Danzo, who appeared. There is no way to avoid casualties in war, even if you prepare in advance, Fugaku said. Then I, the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, declare the successful repulsion of the village and victory in this war, Minato loudly declared. Commentary on Part 22 or Attack. Probably you've been waiting for a sequel for a long time. Part 23 or After the Attack Time skip 2 weeks. The Raikage and Suchikage returned to their countries after the peace treaty was signed. Terms of the peace treaty. 1. The countries of Earth and Lightning pay wind and fire 100 million Ri, 75 million Ri to fire and 25 million to wind. 2. Trade food and resources with a 55% discount. Also, Konoha and Suna made peace and are now in friendly relations. Naruto asked his mother to fix Gaara's seal and she agreed, and after thanking the Hokage family, the Sabaku family left the Leaf Village and returned home. It would seem that everything is going well, but there is a dark side. Konoha. Victims, 684, seriously injured, 122. Suna. There were 549 victims and 68 seriously injured. Kuma. Victims, 576, seriously injured, 34. Willow. There were 658 victims and 99 seriously injured. Among the wounded were Menma, Shisui, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, Choji, Rock Lee, Kakashi, and Sasuke. After the Hokage's announcement, she almost immediately fell into a coma, as she had lost too much blood. Naruto spent all his time next to her and did not leave her side for a single step. Kushina and Minato tried to persuade him to go home, but the scarlet-haired one stubbornly refused and they abandoned this activity. Mikoto, Fugaku, and Itachi also came to Sasuke every day. Today Naruto was sleeping as usual, sitting on a chair with his head on the bed, when suddenly he felt movement near his head. When he raised his head and opened his eyes, Sasuke was already conscious. Good, the girl didn't have time to finish speaking before the boy's arms hugged her tightly. Good, the scarlet-haired man answered, barely holding back his tears and hugging her tighter. How long did I lie there? The girl asked a minute later when the guy let her go. 2 weeks, the Jinchuriki replied. And how is the village? Uchiha continued asking. Almost recovered. Avara's in the hospital, Shisui and Orochimaru, the rest have already been discharged. Godfather, Naruto said sadly. Sasuke understood that Orochimaru was in trouble since Naruto himself was worried and hugged him. He lost even more blood than you. The wound was very deep. The operation lasted 12 hours and if it weren't for Tsunade-sama, Naruto continued, hugging Sasuke tightly. Everything will be fine. She won't let him die peacefully, Sasuke said jokingly, and Naruto calmed down a little, but only pressed her harder. At that moment, the Uchiha family enters the ward. Sasuke, Mikoto said happily and hugged her, followed by Itachi. Naruto simply walked away from the bed. Amato, don't scare us like that anymore. I've had enough of Shisui, and now you're here, Itachi said. Fugaku had been smiling at the corners of his lips all this time, but he turned his gaze to Naruto, who was leaving the ward. Where are you going? Asked the head of the clan. Orochimaru-sensei, Naruto answered briefly. After that, go to the office with the Hokage, we will wait for you, said Fugaku, and Naruto nodded and left. Orochimaru's chamber. 4. Oxygen mask, syringes, all of this was on and near Orochimaru. Naruto sat down silently next to him and began to wait for the medics. They came to the ward 30 minutes later. "How is he?" Naruto asked straight away. "Stable, should wake up in 2 to 3 days, at least. So don't worry." "Okay," Naruto answered and went to the Hokage's residence. Hokage's office. "Hokage-sama," Naruto greeted as he entered the office. In addition to the Hokage, there were already standing Nara Shikaku, Nara Shikamaru, Menma Namikaze, Hyuga Niji, and Hinata Hyuga. Naruto had already spoken with Hyuga. Flashback. 3 days had passed since the attack. The Kazekage and his family had gone back to Suna after his mother helped Gaara. Naruto was now walking to the Hyuga clan's estate, where Niji was already waiting for him at the door. "Hello, Naruto," he greeted. "Hello." "Let me," Naruto answered. Niji nodded and they went to the head's office. In 10 minutes they were already there, and after coming they entered the office. Hayashi-sama greeted Naruto and bowed. "Naruto, what did you want?" "And get up, you are still the son of the Hokage," said Hayashi. "I came about the incident at the exam," Naruto said. "What is this incident?" asked Hayashi. "In the second stage, your daughter, Hinata, used the cursed seal of subordination in the fight against Niji. I think it is unfair, since he totally dominated Hinata then. I also talked to my father and he fully supports me, so we have 3 options," said Naruto. "And what are these options?" asked the irritated head of the Hyuga clan. Naruto didn't answer and simply handed the scroll to the Hokage. Opening it, Hayashi saw all the options. -1, remove the cursed seal from Niji. 2, we will have a repeat fight between Hinata and Niji, but this time it will be fair, and if Niji wins, he will fight my son in front of me. 3, Hinata immediately remains a genin, and Niji a jounin. Damn. Option 1 is out of the question, and option 3 is a disgrace to the family. That leaves option 2. Hinata, damn you, thought Hayashi. "I choose option 2, said Hayashi, handing over the scroll. "I'll tell Hokage-sama," Naruto said and disappeared into the Shunshin. "They agreed," the scarlet-haired man said straight away. "Then let's go," Minato answered and, taking his son, teleported as a Hiraishi to Hayashi's office. "Hayashi-san, can we start now?" Minato asked. "Yes," answered the elder Hyuga and went after Hinata, and the others followed him. Having reached the training ground where Hinata was training, they began to talk. "Hinata, you must fight against Niji again, but without the cursed seal," said Hayashi. "Okay, father," Hinata replied and got into a fighting stance. "Let's start," Minato said, and the fight began. Hinata immediately rushed at Niji, but he successfully dodged and blocked the attacks. Then Hinata activated the Byakugan and the attacks became faster, but Niji also activated the Byakugan and he began to attack. When he hit Hinata's stomach, he did not hesitate and used 8 trigrams, 64 palms. After the technique ended, Hinata lay on the ground and couldn't move. "The fight is over." "Niji wins," Minato said, and Hayashi frowned looking at Hinata. Naruto carried her to her father and stood in front of Niji. "Let's start," Minato said. Naruto immediately began throwing kunai at Niji, but he successfully repelled them. Then Naruto created 5 clones and taking a kunai, they ran at Hyuga. He used rotation and all the clones flew away from him. Having landed on a small tree, Naruto created Raikiri and rushed at the enemy. Niji did not get confused and used rotation, but Naruto cancelled the technique at the last moment and landed right in front of the dome. When Niji flew out, kunai with seals flew at him from all sides. Niji used rotation again and the kunai landed on the ground around him. Black hieroglyphs came out of the seals and surrounded Niji, after which he could not move and stopped rotating. "Advanced paralysis seal," Naruto said as Niji fell to his knees, paralyzed. "The fight is over. The winner is Namikaze," Naruto Minato announced. Naruto cancelled the technique and Niji felt relieved and rose to his feet. "I have not seen such a technique. Usually paralyzing seals need to be placed on the enemy's body," said the heir of the side branch. "This seal was invented by me and my mother," said Naruto. "Okay, I have to go." "Bye," said Naruto and disappeared in scarlet lightning. "Bye," Niji said into the void. End flashback. Commentary on part 23 or after the attack. New part. There is nothing particularly important for the plot here, but probably equals part 24 or epilogue Hokage-sama, Naruto greeted. Ah, Naruto, we're waiting for you, said the Hokage. Why have we gathered here? Hinata asked. Shikaku and I discussed it and decided to make an announcement, Minato replied and looked at the elder Nara. That's right. Menma Namikaze, Nara Shikamaru, Hinata, and Niji Hyuga, Sasuke Uchiha, from now on, you are Chunin of the Hidden Leaf Village, the eldest Nara said lazily and handed the vests with documents to the now Chunin. At that moment, Fugaku walked in. Sorry, I'm a little late, he said, standing next to the fourth. You're just in time. Give it to Sasuke, Minato said, handing everything to the others. Fugaku nodded, taking the things. I knew I would become a Chunin before him. Menma said, pointing his finger at Naruto, but he didn't pay attention and continued to look at the elder Namikaze with a silent question, what am I doing here? And he has no reason to become a Chunin, Fugaku said for Minato. Naruto Namikaze, from this day forward, Jounin of the village hidden in the leaves. The head of the village proudly announced, and everyone else except Shikaku and Fugaku were shocked, and Naruto and Niji did not show it outwardly, but inside they were surprised no less than the others. Are you sure? Naruto asked. Yes. The skills and strength that you showed in the exam are worthy of respect, and tactical thinking, analysis of the situation and the ability to take control of it during an attack on a village are beyond praise, so I am 100% sure. Minato said, holding out the equipment and document. Naruto put on the vest and took the document in his hands. Hi. Can I go? Naruto asked. Of course, you're free, Minato answered, and everyone left the office. Congratulations, Naruto Niji said, smiling as they left the residence. Thank you, the blonde replied with a smile. How could father make you a Jounin? How are you better than me? Menma shouted, releasing a dark and strong ki and glaring at his brother. If you're so scary, then where were you during the attack? Naruto asked coldly, releasing a small portion of his ki onto Menma. Saved the residents Anna and drove them away to the shelter, said the blonde. And then? Closer to the middle of the battle, I did not see a single resident, which means they were already evacuated. Where were you then? Asked Naruto, strengthening ki. He was in the shelter and was shaking with fear. I saw it myself, Hinata shared. Besides, most of the residents were saved by ordinary Chunin and Jounin, Nara added. And how did you distinguish yourself, huh? The turkey asked, stuttering. Defeated Tsuchikage together with me and Gaara, came up with a plan to win the battle, ran around the entire village looking for Itachi, Shisui, and Fugaku so that they would subdue all the Biju, helped Shisui and Itachi get out of the encirclement and killed about 30 to 40 enemy shinobi, said Sasuke, who came up, standing next to the scarlet-haired man. After that, everyone was in shock for the second time that day. Where did you get this information from? Asked the blonde, but immediately continued Itachi and Shisui. That's right, but you need to thank the second one more, the Uchiha confirmed the thoughts of the Jinchuriki. He can't keep his mouth shut, said the scarlet-haired man with a heavy sigh, and Sasuke giggled quietly. They talked like that for another 15 minutes and went home. At home, Kushina and Ami congratulated them, the younger one congratulated Menma, since they rarely communicated with Naruto. During dinner, the head of the family, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru with a bandage wound on his stomach, which is hidden by a kimono, joined them. The snake sat down next to Naruto and immediately found himself in his arms. He smiled warmly and hugged him back. Congratulations, Naruto, Orochimaru said when he pulled away. Thank you, Orochimaru-sensei. At this time, Menma and Ami were talking with Jiraiya and Tsunade, and Kushina and Minato were watching this. When everyone started eating, Minato started talking. Jiraiya-sensei, Tsunade-sama, Orochimaru-san, could you tell me why you came here? Yes, I want to take Menma on a 3-year journey so that he becomes stronger and can protect the village, said the gray-haired man. Menma looked at his father with hope, and Ami sat in Tsunade's arms and smiled. Hooray! I will become strong, said the younger blonde. I would also like to take Naruto with me for 3 years, Orochimaru added, and Naruto nodded in agreement. And I want to start training Ami and another pink-haired girl, Sakura from your team, said Tsunade, looking at everyone present. Minato and Kushina looked at each other and nodded to each other. We give our permission. Menma and Ami began to rejoice wildly and hugged their new sensei, and they laughed in response along with their parents. Orochimaru and Naruto simply smiled at each other and nodded and continued eating. Afterwards, the guests left, agreed to meet tomorrow at the Konoha gates at 10:30, and everyone went to bed. In the morning, Naruto woke up as usual at 6, did all the morning procedures in 15 minutes, ate and went to training. After doing a warm-up and physical exercises in 20 minutes, he began to practice elemental techniques. When it was already 9 o'clock, he went to the house of the head of the Uchiha clan. After 30 minutes of leisurely walking, he reached and knocked on the door. Sasuke's mother, Mikoto, came out on the threshold. Oh, Naruto-kun, good morning, are you here for Sasuke? Yes, could you call her? The scarlet-haired man answered briefly. Of course, she'll be down now. Come in, the woman said and stepped aside, letting the guest pass. Mikoto offered tea, but Naruto refused and simply sat on the sofa. Sasuke came out 10 minutes later. Naruto? Asked Sasuke. Hi, can we go for a walk? The scarlet-haired man asked, getting up from the sofa. Of course. After that, they said goodbye to Mikoto and left the house. Naruto took Sasuke's hand and teleported him to the fourth stone head. You have to warn, said the angry Sasuke. Sorry, he said Naruto, nervously rubbing the back of his head. Okay, so what did you want to talk about? Sasuke asked. Today at 10:30, Orochimaru-sensei and I are leaving on a 3-year journey, the scarlet-haired man said calmly. The brunette hugged him and began to cry. How so? But that's too long. I'm sorry, but I have to become stronger to protect you, Naruto said, hugging her back. Then I'll go on a journey too. Shisui and Itachi gave me a mission to protect the fire daimyo. I'll go with them and they'll teach me something, Uchiha said, pressing herself closer to Namikaze. That's good. 3 years will fly by unnoticed, said the guy. The girl wrapped her arms around his neck and bit his lips. The kiss was hot, passionate, as if she was seeing him for the last time. She ran one hand through his hair, and the other remained in place. Naruto began to move his hand over her hips and back, pressing her closer to him. The girl moaned into his lips from such actions and began to wander over his torso and chest. This idyll continued for some time, but both decided to stop there for now and moved away from each other. Okay, I have to go already, Naruto said, breaking the kiss. Good luck to you, Sasuke answered, biting his lower lip. Naruto removed the barrier and disappeared in a scarlet flash, and Sasuke went about her business. Konoha Gate 10:30. It's time for us to go, said Orochimaru looking at Naruto. Okay, bye mom, dad said Naruto, hugging them in order. Take care of yourself, they said at the end, and Naruto nodded and, turning around, he and Orochimaru left the village.